cancel culture is about canceling.
Up yours. Woke moralists. Up yours.
Systematic bullying that's happening.
And they believe that they did that.
Cocaína.
But it's the wax that the Terminator X spun. Now they got me in a cell cause my records they sell. Cause a brother like me said, well,
it's born like this, immaculate conception. Not transform like this, perform like this, which yells you a new weapon. I don't contemplate, I meditate, then off your head. This that puts against the bed. This that I got realness, I just push, cause it's in my DNA. I got millions, I got bitches building in my DNA. I got gunk, I got evil that rot inside my DNA. I got off, I got trouble, some heart inside my DNA.
They seem animalistic is what I mean.
No, they're worse than animals.
The woke mob, they ruin everything.
They stopped Ben Shapiro from going to events and speaking. They stopped Ann Coulter from doing it.
I will never surrender even a single inch of ground to a pitchfork mob.
You never cave to the mob.
We will never bow to the mob. Ever. No matter what.
Do you see the final expression of cancel culture in terrorist groups like
We'll see who cancels who.
They want you to comply.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
Hello. We'll see who cancels who. Whatever happened to him? He's like ill, right? He's like super sick.
Yeah,
Jordan
I
Peterson.
think he is alive, as far as I know, but he's been sick for a really long time with some sort of disease. I don't know. The last update we got from his daughter, Michaela Peterson, I believe that's her name. Maybe it's Brittany. I think it's Michaela, though.
No, it is Michaela. Yeah.
It is Michaela.
Brittany.
Okay. She looks like a Brittany, so I don't know. I want to call her a Brittany, but I heard that he wasn't doing great. He was in the ICU, but he was out, and it's been a long road. I don't know if we heard anything since then. So, Oh, I think you're muted, Lance. Still muted.
Hello? Lance? Hello?
Still muted. No, leftist audio strikes again. There we go.
Oh, here we go.
There we go.
I did it. Good. You didn't hear any of my spicy takes. I'm not canceled. That was a freebie. Hell yeah.
You said a couple slurs. I was reading your lips, though. I saw it.
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Jordan Peterson, hey, how's he doing? Any updates?
I feel like Lance, you would be the one who's more in the know. Like, have you heard from his daughter? Have you seen anything from his daughter?
So the last we heard, he had been poisoned by the black mold from not cleaning his room adequately, and he had been sent to the ICU. You were completely correct on that. And then she went on Piers Morgan to say that actually she's got a stronger theory that it's demonic forces, that it's some kind of satanic force that's doing this because he's become such a champion for Christianity, which is kind of a funny way to throw your dad under the bus because like he doesn't overtly say that he's a Christian soldier. He likes to keep that card very close to the chest, but she was pretty quick to be like, I think it's because he speaks so much in the light name of Christ, so that's why the demons are fighting this. But yes,
I mean that'll do it. This is all the more reason why you should worship the devil, because he's not going to attack you, send his demons after you. So everybody, if you're watching this, learn from Jordan Peterson. Don't become a Christian, become a Satanist, because that's the only safe way. The angels aren't going to do that for you. So, or they're not going to do that to you, I should say. So, hail Satan, I guess, right?
Hail Satan.
Yeah. So I wanted to start out. I have a really great clip that I just saw thanks to Right Wing Cope. So I'm not sure how many people are familiar with Cam Higby. I know you all are, but I'm not sure if the viewers know about Cam Higby. He is a right-wing influencer, and he's of the pro-Israel variety. And he just had an interview on Fox News that was really interesting because he throws up in his mouth. And after he does this, he struggles he struggles to find his footing again. And it is, it's not like hilarious, but it was satisfying nonetheless.
I don't know. I think it's pretty funny.
You think it's okay?
It almost seems like he's just so revolted to have to do something like this.
It's not as good as the Wolf Blitzer clip by any means, but yeah, I think you're right, Lance. He's fighting the bullshit. He can't even tolerate his own lies that he's choking on them, literally.
It's craft versus host. Like you'll see it happen in real time.
Oh, I didn't know he was a PragerU producer. I guess that makes sense.
That does make sense. He did. If you look up PragerU student, that's exactly what I picture.
And I do think
did you say professor? I thought you said student. I was like, is that just a person who watches YouTube?
Oh. He did adopt a pedophile mustache. I don't know if he had this before. Is this new for him? I don't follow him super closely.
I don't know.
Oh, somebody says Hitler hair. He is looking a little bit more Hitlerian.
Yeah,
I mean, he's a Zionist, so
if you turned up, the pedophile slider on the character attributes, that it would be certainly not insignificant. I'll just say that.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and press play and let you all enjoy this beautiful segment.
This is all intentional. It's Hamas's plan. The problem is that their plan is essentially to spread this propaganda throughout the internet by using sorry guys.
All right, let's go to RA's Cam. Get yourself together there, my friend.
The launching of missiles from densely populated urban areas like the Gaza Strip, it essentially they want people to see what is happening. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I want to get to this politically.
I don't understand how that happened. What is even happening to him?
I have a theory. I think that after he puked into his mouth the first time, he tasted it, didn't have the chance to drink water, and it was making him gag the second time when he was trying to talk through it. Because you can kind of see his face. He's like,
the pain.
Yeah.
What? But I don't understand what was what.
I'm not really sure. As Right Wing Cope describes it, he was. Oh, it's not letting me exit full screen.
We could play it one more time.
We'll play it again. Magachip commentator has a brutal panic attack and vomits in his mouth while defending Israel during first time on national television. So maybe a little bit of the nerves, maybe some stage fright. I love it.
It's just so wild this exists because I now have seen so many within the I think this is only like an hour old, right? Or something around there.
It's from today. I'm not sure how old it is.
Okay, because already there's so many conspiracy theories.
Is there really?
Wait, this is from today? I swear I thought I saw him do this previously.
Oh, really? Is he known for this?
Are we sure that this is?
Maybe he stopped doing live television and switched to pre-recorded segments or something.
Yeah, I actually don't know, honestly. Okay, let me press play.
This is all intentional. It's Hamas's plan. The problem is that their plan is essentially to spread this propaganda throughout the internet by using sorry guys.
All right, let's go to RA's Cam. Get yourself together there, my friend.
The launching of missiles from densely populated urban areas like the Gaza Strip, it essentially they want people to see what is happening. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Ari, I want to get to this politically
yeah, that second one is really weird.
Intentional. It's
I'm sorry.
I don't know if he got nervous and lost his way. I don't
Yeah, I think he was super duper nervous. I feel like he's been on Fox News before though. So, but according to Right Wing Els or Right Wing Cope, this isn't his first time. I mean, to be fair, I would almost vomit too if I had to spew that level of bullshit. But I do want to share. It's reminding me of this clip from Wolf Blitzer, the GOAT. We talked about this on Leftist Mafia, I'm pretty sure. but he was talking to Jamie Raskin, and he was about to lose his shit. And this is, I don't know if this is still as funny to me as it was the first time I saw it, but let me press play for people who haven't seen this yet. Shitty, like, quality video, but just, like, pay attention to Wolf Blitzer.
Look like a majority of the justices, the conservative justices, arrived at the oral arguments today with their minds completely made up. Of course, they're using different
Watch closely
to hang their hats on. Some of them seem to think that the president is not covered by Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, which the rest of them, I think, agree is ridiculous. The others seem to be congregating around the argument that was offered by Trump's able lawyer, basically making...
He's like, shut the fuck up, hurry up.
Oh, no. Disqualified from holding office, but he's not disqualified from running for office. And if he were removed from the ballot in Colorado, as the Colorado Supreme Court found...
Oh, no. You can see the... Oh, no. Contractions are happening more quickly.
And then they cut away.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I feel like this is the shorter version. I don't know, maybe the better quality one. Like, I really like look at like, but
what happened?
This is just a better quality one.
Oh, okay.
I think it.
We've switched to pure dead air.
That right there. Damn. Yeah. You needed to step away for sure. Did you all see that video? Was I sharing that?
No.
I don't see anything right now. No, I'm actually quite confused as to what's happening.
That's why we were.
That's why I'm just sitting here laughing at the screen, and you can't even see shit. Let me play it.
That's what's going on. I thought you were queuing it up.
Yeah, I was like, this is profoundly bizarre. It was like uniquely bizarre. Where me and Matt clearly were in the Twilight Zone, just like, what the fuck is going on? And you're like, right?
Oh my god! Did you see the first Wolf Blitzer clip that I shared? Did that work?
Yeah, the first one worked.
It did work. Don't gaslight me, goddammit. Okay, this is the better quality one. You can see a little bit better.
Okay,
this is what I was reacting
that was
to.
offered by Trump's able lawyer, basically making the point that, well, Trump might be disqualified from holding office, but he's not disqualified from running for office. And if he were removed from the ballot in Colorado, as the Colorado Supreme Court found he should be, Congress might act in the meantime to exercise our 2/3 authority to remove the disability from Donald Trump.
I'm Paula Reed in Washington. Wolf had to step away. He'll be back.
Had to step away. Okay. So now you all know what I was enjoying so thoroughly. I'm sorry I was not sharing my screen. Sometimes I fuck up.
It's all right. It happens. It happens. Listen, we're not all perfect.
It makes it funnier that I was just reacting while you were watching to me react to nothing. It honestly does. It's cringeworthy at my expense, but I accept it for the lulz. So I appreciate it.
Me and Binder accepted the silence. Right? We were just sitting there and
I mean, I said something. I was like, what's going on? I said something going on. What's
well, I was like, this is weird. I almost don't want to break it. It's so eerie.
I was in a trance watching Wolf Blitzer puke by myself.
When are you guys going to start talking about the autopsy report? I guess we can. Do you guys have thoughts on the autopsy report? We can give it an autopsy.
Get into that. Yeah. I'll give the
time to cancel it. We cancel everything here. Throw in the cancel hammer at the autopsy report and the DNC.
Yeah, so basically I'll try to give people the rundown here. Essentially, after much delay, the DNC finally released their 2024 autopsy report. And I won't lie, it is dog shit. I predicted it to be pretty bad, but it's very bad. There is spelling errors. There is incorrect data. There's people speculating that it was written with ChatGPT. And as Prem Talker points out, the entire 192-page autopsy does not include any mentions of Israel, Palestine, or Gaza. It also notably doesn't include mentions of inflation, I believe they don't talk about Joe Biden's age at all. And one of the main takeaways is that Democrats need to moderate more to win elections, believe it or not.
Okay.
And what is it? I had a tweet of, here we go. So Third Way seized on this initially because they're like, haha, they're proving us right. But then they deleted it because when you actually wade through the document itself, it's clear that there's zero legitimacy at all to this. And on one hand, it's like you can kind of sympathize with Ken Martin for not wanting to release this to the public because it's embarrassing. But I think that delaying the release of it made it 10 times worse. And regardless, it's still his fault because the person that he hired to do the autopsy is one of his friends. And it's Paul Rivera. He has since been fired from the DNC after this was released, I'm assuming because it's so embarrassing. And to make matters worse, this is according to John Favreau, who says that he held a call just for DNC members, and according to a person on the call that talked to John Favreau, Martin essentially just read his public statement on the autopsy and then refused to take any questions. And I think it's this statement that he already released, where he talks about how, I wasn't ready, the report wasn't ready for prime time, there was no source material provided, yada, yada, yada. And really, I went through the document itself. I cannot impress upon you enough. It is fucking crazy how bad this is. There's just a heading for executive summary. It's blank. There's different data for the same candidate. It is really, it shows you how unserious Democrats are. I don't know if Prem Talker had any additional information here. He kind of has a thread. I don't know how much it cost. I would imagine it was fairly expensive. But this is also important here. I wanted to point this out.
Everyone's pointing out that it's AI. They're all saying it's AI generated.
Some people think that it's written by ChatGPT. I cannot confirm or deny this, but I think that those suspicions are valid. Although, again, we can't really tell. And
other people are saying that ChatGPT would have done a better job.
I mean, yeah, that's a really fair point. I want to go back
Jones in both directions. There's there's potential on both sides here.
I mean, that's fair. But to go back to the zero mentions of Israel, Palestine, and Gaza. So the IMEU. So I don't know if anybody remembers, but sometime late last year, I want to say, maybe it was early this year, the IMEU, they talked to people. I think they might have actually talked to Paul Rivera themselves about how the autopsy definitively showed that Kamala Harris lost a significant amount of support specifically because she refused to break with Biden on the genocide. And they're kind of confirming that information is being withheld, maybe from Ken Martin, maybe from Paul Rivera, but we're not getting the full picture. So he says, while Institute for Middle East Understanding responds, Ken Martin should release the information that the author of the autopsy told us clearly and unambiguously. DNC officials' review of their own data found Biden's support for Israel to be a net negative for Democrats in 2024. So yeah, they are saying they told us this. And I mean, look, it's not surprising that they weren't going to be serious about this. I think that the fact that Ken Martin hired his friend is deeply unserious in the first place. I want to, this is conjecture on my part. It feels like he hired his friend to produce the results that he wanted to see, to kind of confirm their pre-existing ideas of why Kamala lost, primarily because, of course, she didn't do enough to reach out to conservatives and anti-Trump Republicans. There were some things in it that I think were valuable, but almost so obvious that it didn't even make sense to include it. Like, being anti-Trump exclusively was not conducive to more turnout. Democrats need to be affirmatively for something and not just anti-Trump. It's like, you think? You fucking think? Yeah, that's the DNC autopsy in a nutshell. There's other tidbits here and there. I think that's the TLDR version of it. just completely unserious. And I feel like if Ken Martin doesn't resign as a result of this debacle, again, they have no legitimacy whatsoever. It's just a clown show.
Matt, you seem quiet about it. Do you not agree with the results of the autopsy? Or
No, I mean, I don't really know what to say. First of all, I haven't really looked too much into it yet, but also, like, I get the importance of them releasing it, but what did we think? Like, obviously, from what I did see, it was, brutal towards Biden, but I mean, that's the easy part.
Yeah,
Biden
exactly.
has no shitting on Biden has no relation or any sort of cash for the future. Whereas coming to terms with what the party's position was on Gaza and Palestine and Israel, that's something you do have to deal with as something that you'll have to address going forward. And they apparently did not feel like that was the autopsy was the time to address it. It's not surprising, but it is a little bit disappointing, I guess.
I'll give Ken Martin some free advice. He might not want it, but here it is either way. If I'm him, I respond by immediately apologizing, saying, listen, I said I would release the autopsy, then I refused to release the autopsy, and that in and of itself violated your trust. Here's what we're going to do. And this is if I'm not resigning, which I would if I were Ken Martin, to be clear. But if I'm trying to rebuild trust, I say, listen, all right, you all want the autopsy. I was embarrassed to release this. It's an abomination. Here it is anyway, just so that way you know what we have. I think this is obviously not up to our standards. So what I'm going to do is immediately commission a new autopsy, and the entire process is going to be transparent. It's going to be out in the open, and we are not just going to cover the things that make us uncomfortable. We are going to go through all of the valid complaints that people are talking about. Israel, Palestine. We're going to talk about the corporatism that also may have contributed to Kamala Harris's loss, our reliance on billionaire donors. These are things that we're going to evaluate, even if they show it had no impact. We are going to look at them because these are concerns you all clearly have. It's just always kind of a sweeping shit under the rug and hope that we forget about it, or we get mad enough at Republicans that we give them a pass. And they've been doing this now for so long, and they've been getting away with it. So why would they change? They kind of just, if you're Ken Martin, you know that, the election is going to probably go in Democrats' favor, at least in the House. You can put that feather in your cap and be like, I did this, even though it's bullshit and it's kind of automatic because of the climate that we're in, because of dissatisfaction with Donald Trump. And by the time he's out of that position, maybe there'll be a Democratic president again because of sheer momentum as a result of anti-Trump fervor, but he'll change nothing, and then they'll lose the subsequent cycle, and we'll get an equally shitty DNC chair, and we're right back to square one where they hide the reasons why they lost the next election, 2032 or whatever the fuck. I just feel like it's a cycle that keeps repeating itself, and I'm not shocked at all by the handling of the situation. The DNC, they keep stepping on rakes, not because they're doing this accidentally, because they're choosing to step on rakes. Like a month ago, didn't they just vote against condemning AIPAC and not making a statement on Israel? I mean, they just did this. Year after year, they're given a chance to vote against, corporatism in the party, and they reject it. So if they don't want to change, there has to be some accountability, and there is no accountability. So why would they change? Why hold themselves accountable? There's no mechanism for that. Voters know that if they don't support Democrats, then it's Donald Trump. They still have that gun held to our heads. So why change? Just fuck them. Just keep on chugging ahead. And, the only thing that is surprising to me, I guess, about this entire thing is that Paul Riviera was fired. But if I had to guess, this is just a way to placate us. Give it like 2 years, he'll be the chair of the DNC or some shit. Because every single fucking loser in the Democratic Party, they always fail up. They seek them out Like as soon as Jamie Harrison lost to Lindsey Graham, it's like, you're our next leader. You know, how many losers do they promote? The only way to really get ahead in the Democratic Party is to either be a prolific fundraiser, take lots and lots of money from large multinational corporations, governments, or billionaires, or you lose an election. That's a great way to fail up. Not much else to say, right?
Yeah. I mean, you summarized it perfectly, really.
Thank you. Well, on the note of shitty opposition, there's also Abigail Spanberger. And so for those who are watching on my channel, I put the most cursed thumbnail ever because I didn't know what to title this, but I figured we'd talk about it. The question is whether or not Abigail Spanberger is going full Fetterman, because ever since the Virginia Supreme Court blocked the voter approved maps and she decided to do nothing about that in response, it seems like she's like, all right, well, I already pissed off the Democratic base for not, and I'm kind of psychoanalyzing her, right? I don't know what's in her head, but she got a little bit of criticism and she's going full Fetterman, seemingly. She's been on a fucking tear. So let me show you this from Carl Begier. It's all...
She's the first woman governor of Virginia. I'm just not totally familiar with her, so I'm looking her up right now. But
I should have started with that. I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries. Looking at this, I mean, that doesn't surprise me too much, I guess. Like, that doesn't feel like an area where someone suddenly flipped to be way more right-wing, and I'd be like, oh my God. I mean, how could they, you know?
Yeah, she was always a centrist Democrat, but it really felt like she wasn't the shittiest centrist Democrat. She was never really a progressive. So to say, I guess to say that she went full Fetterman would be a bit of an overstatement, since she never purported to be progressive.
Or did he just campaign and then the opponents were the ones who are like, he's a socialist, like soon will the Fetterman come, like all that kind of stuff was like right-wing ops and stuff like that.
I mean, he campaigned with Bernie in like the
that's true. He did
prime of the Bernie-crats, like even in 2016. So it's not like he was the most progressive ever. There was always some red flags, but there was this idea that he at least was like a Bernie flavored populist. So it was more of a bait and switch with him. Whereas with Abigail Spanberger, at least I can say she never told anybody she was progressive. But just within the last week, this is all the shit she vetoed. So last Friday, she vetoed a bill that would have expanded and protected collective bargaining rights for state public sector workers. I mean, didn't even Gavin Newsom support? Like, or no, he supported sectoral bargaining, right? I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But like, she vetoed this. On Tuesday, she vetoed legislation that would have protected voters from illegitimate purges from voter rolls. I mean, Republicans are trying to wipe Democrats off the map, and she vetoed legislation that would protect them from illegitimate voter purges when that is an actual threat to Democratic voters in precincts that are majority Democrat. It's crazy. Also on Tuesday, she vetoed 2 bills that would have provided an affirmative defense and strengthened protections for defendants afflicted with mental illness. I don't even understand the logic for this one. She also vetoed a law that would have established Virginia's first statute allowing for class action lawsuits. Okay. Vetoed a law capping the use of private funds by election officials, vetoed a law that would have shielded universities from speech restrictions imposed by their boards, similar to those pushed for by Trump. On Wednesday, she vetoed a bill that would have outlawed ICE arrests at courthouses, polls, schools, and hospitals.
Is she up for re-election soon or something? Like, is this all just to be like to circumvent her opponent and so say like I'm more right-wing than they'll ever be?
I mean, she just got elected, so I can't imagine she is doing this for any other reason than, I guess, to make her party seem more moderate.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, like, this one is just, she's doing fascism.
Right, so she was a wolf, that's all. She was a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah, she also vetoed a bill that would have legalized the sale of marijuana in Virginia. Like, she vetoed that. Like, that's crazy. On Wednesday, she vetoed legislation that would have lowered prescription drug prices in Virginia. So she is pro high drug prices. So I don't know what she's doing. She's done some good things initially, But it seems like after that fucking Virginia Supreme Court decision, she snapped and she's like, fuck it. I'm going to go full Hitler. I'm going to become a fascist. We're going to let ICE into the courts, going to veto marijuana. Like, I don't even understand what's happening here. And it's just, you see article after article about all the shit that she's vetoing. And yeah, a lot of people in the chat are pointing out that she's former CIA. Yeah. That explains a lot.
Well, that's fun. Can you explain to me all these rumors I've heard of a so-called Marjorie Taylor Blue?
What?
The internet is all over this. There's a Marjorie Taylor Green of the left, and they're calling her Marjorie Taylor Blue.
Are we talking about the actual MTG or that
No,
Democrat lady who was running?
The Democrat lady.
She said something about putting people in concentration camps. Is that the one?
Okay, is that all she said? Because I've seen other people say that she's spreading full-blown, Elders of Zion style anti-Semitic conspiracies about like how Jews control Hollywood and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, well, yeah, that's just easy to call it anti-Semitism. No one should associate with her. And then other people are like, no. She specifically said that all she wants to do is lock up all the Zionists and put them in concentration camps. And then I was like, well, even that language is pretty, you gotta understand, in America in 2026, I don't see how far your ticket's gonna go doing that kind of stuff, right? I don't know, unless America got way more radical in the last 2 days.
I have not heard of her. So I saw that she made that post, and then I saw that Neera Tanden attacked Hassan Piker for endorsing her. Sam Seder called her out for that.
Because he didn't.
He didn't. And then Sam Seder called her out for that. And then she apologized to Sam Seder for being wrong, but not Hassan Piker.
I'm so sorry.
No one ever heard of this woman before.
Yeah, I don't know who she is.
Yeah,
it's Marie Galindo, right? Is it Marie?
She's some hero of the left or something. No one knows.
No. I'm not saying she is. I'm more curious. Who is this person? Because I saw people being like, "Oh, the left has Marjorie Taylor Blue now." And I'm like, "What the hell? When did this happen?" I thought they were talking Jackson Hinkle or something like that.
It's Maureen Galindo. I was thinking Marie. Yeah. Let me see here.
Marie.
1 second. I'll pull it in.
No, I mean, I don't know who this person is. Never heard of him.
Yeah, the first thing that I heard of them was that Instagram post where they talked about putting people in concentration camps. And okay, there we go. Okay. Can I see? Oh, here we go. There's the actual Instagram post. Let me just go straight to the source. Okay, this is a lot.
Oh my god.
Hang on, let me just that's a long post. It is giving Marjorie Green energy.
Are you scanning it first to make sure whether or not you can even say it on stream? Is it that bad?
Let me just describe the post that I saw, because the one that I saw, it seems like she took it down. The one that I saw, she was talking about throwing Zionists in using ICE detention facilities to convert them into concentration camps for Zionists, and putting pedophiles in there too, who she wants to kill. And my takeaway from that is, hey, it feels like this is so stupid that you have to be an AIPAC paid op. Like you're kind of you're giving them so much ammunition. Like, are you on their side?
Very, very bizarre thing to go for. Yeah. I mean,
it makes no sense.
Aside from not agreeing with it, just from a strategic standpoint, if you're running for office,
who says that shit?
From a leftist perspective, I want to kill all the pedophiles myself, shoot them all dead. Okay, what are your policies like?
Let me see if she has a campaign website, because again, I don't know. She's running in the 35th district of Texas, and I don't know anything about her aside from the fact that she has views that I guess.
Oh, my mistake. She wants to castrate the pedo. Sorry, I haven't read it.
Okay.
The chat's like you're misconstruing her words. I didn't read the post yet. She wanted to castrate.
There's a little bit more to. I think it's not just so much straightforward. It was a bit weird.
Oh my god! Get a little okay. Weird. I have her campaign website. So by that, right? You think this is an extremist, right? When it comes to healthcare, she only supports a fucking public option, bro.
What?
Guarantee quality, accessible public healthcare options for all, forcing the private market to compete on quality. Girl, you're talking about concentration camps. We don't even get like the fucking Medicare for all. Like, what?
We need concentration camps for all the Zionists. What about
bro?
Well, we can't get extreme here, all right? This isn't communist.
We gotta work our way towards Medicare for all first, okay? She's taking the Mallory McMorrow position on healthcare. That's crazy. Yeah, accessible healthcare.
Now I almost think it is an op because there's a lot of memes about how like U.S. leftists specifically will ignore like all these like crimes and war crimes and atrocities like their country does as long as they get healthcare. Like that's the meme, right? It's like, yeah, that's the U.S. left. They're effectively like, give me healthcare. I don't care if you bomb Libya to the ground, things like that, right?
Right.
So this is that meme just manifests into a candidate.
Zero. So she's also taken the Kamala position on LGBTQ plus rights. She's not mentioning trans people a single time. There are very specific things that trans people need to be protected, and it's just like vague LGBTQ plus people. Yeah, I don't want to be conspiratorial. I'm leaning towards like, bro, AIPAC is like, what if we paid a candidate to make them look like they're evil, like evil leftists? No, I mean, that's probably not the case. Like, I'm not actually making the allegation. It just feels like she's going out of her way to make us look like dipshits, and I don't appreciate that because the whole, like, we've been trying for almost 3 years
can make
now.
Ourselves look like dipshits. Yeah, well enough on our own.
We don't need any fucking help. Right. Thanks, AIPAC.
We don't need your help.
No, but like for 3 years, we've been trying to make sure we go out of our way to get people to understand that anti-Zionism is not the same as anti-Semitism. And when we talk about Zionism, we're not talking about Jewish people. We're talking about the government of Israel. And we're very careful with our language because they're so, they're so willing to slander us and call us anti-Semitic for criticizing the policies of the Israeli government. So when you have somebody come along and be like, I want to throw the Zionists in concentration camps, the people who are like, oh, when they say Zionist, they mean Jew, like it makes it look like that's a legitimate argument when I don't agree with that. I think that's fucking unhinged.
Yeah, I think it's bizarre that this person would come out of left field and get all this suddenly all this attention.
And the fun question is to pull out the old lever and see if you guys want a trolley problem this though, because
what's her opponent? You know about her opponent?
I don't, but is her opponent super shitty? Because if so, then it's like, well, what do? Do you take the Marjorie Taylor Blue, roll the dice, and just introduce a little chaos energy into the?
Let me throw a wrench into your little trolley problem here, Lance. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 facts about her. Okay, or him. So it's a male opponent. He's endorsed by AOC.
Oh,
but is a Henry Cuellar Democrat. He's a cop. He's a former cop.
What? And I assume,
do with that information what you will.
And I assume.
Well, I think people could change their mind after experiencing what, but he's got to actually have changed his mind. He had to have an awakening here.
If he's pro-Israel, it's 100% the meme because the choice really comes down to like, are you going to accept someone completely unhinged who you don't really know much about and where she's going with all this, but she's actually going to be better on foreign policy so people don't suffer around the world as much. Is that? but you won't get the public option. You won't get Medicare for all. You'll be stuck with the public option.
Let me see what this person's name is. So according to, and Hassan has weighed in on this, according to Dave Weigel, again, forgive me if I have some details incorrect because I have not been following
his name is Weigel. Last name is
Weigel. Okay, thank you.
No problem.
He says, haven't seen anyone else criticize this AOC endorsed a police officer who, if he gets into Congress, will likely vote more with Cuellar than her. And so let me just see what Hassan had to say.
And the biggest error, in my opinion, was for her to then turn around and endorse Johnny Garcia.
Johnny Garcia, okay.
Okay. If you're in Texas 35, go vote for Johnny Garcia. Okay. That's ridiculous. You are under no obligation at all to endorse and push for a fucking sheriff that is pro-ICE.
Whoa.
No, what?
And also
Whoa. I take back
pro-Israel.
what I said
That's
about,
crazy.
but people could change.
Oh, he's okay. Apparently he hasn't
Like,
changed.
even if
I'm looking
he
at his
somehow
platform.
wins and is a part of this coalition, then that's fine.
Oh my god, that's really bad.
You're kind of pissing me off. Anti-Semitism is not a negotiation tactic for the cause. We should be principled in general.
Okay, so I pulled up his.
I would say AOC then. I just wouldn't endorse. Like you could safely say, yeah, don't endorse the candidate who's talking about building the concentration camps for pedophiles, but also I wouldn't endorse the pro ICE guy either. Like I would sit this one out. You don't have to
absolutely
endorse every candidate in every riding. You don't.
I would definitely sit this one out. So if you look at his he doesn't have much of a page. Healthcare affordable. So he wants more subsidies for the ACA. So his opponent is a little bit better on that for what it's worth. He does want to stop lawmakers from trading stocks, but when it comes to immigration, you can very much see the cop come out in him. Our immigration system is broken, and it will take serious lawmakers together from both parties, as well as labor and business interests, okay, to forge real solutions. Comprehensive immigration reform includes border security and knowing who enters our country, as well as orderly pathways to citizenship, work visas, and meeting our economic needs. And we also need serious reforms to ICE, so not abolish. That's important to note.
No, that's
the agency and on targeting sex traffickers, human traffickers, and other serious criminal networks. So you can already see, like, this dude is just going to be a conservative based on this. Create pathways to higher paying jobs. Bro, he's like incrementalisming the fucking like a job. I don't even know what to make of this. He's against tariffs. What are the endorsements? Okay, so he has Buttigieg and Kesar. Wow. That's a weird combination. Yeah, I'm assuming AOC is gonna be here.
In the roster. Huh.
What the fuck? Who's this? Is this Castro? Joaquin Castro. Yeah. Okay, Julian is the better twin of the two. Congressman Lloyd Doggett. This is weird. He's got a sheriff, so that's a red flag, and a sheriff in a cowboy hat. So double red flag. I mean, why don't we just like nuke this race and start over? Just cancel the election.
That's why this one's kind of fun because the stakes are a lot lower, right? I'm not like, it's not an actual trolley problem. I think my honest answer would be, is there no other option here? Could there not be a third thing? Can someone else not run who is like, I am for the emancipation of Palestinian people and fuck ICE and Medicare for all, and there you go, and trans rights are human rights. That doesn't seem like a lot to ask, right?
Right. No. I feel like that's not unreasonable, but I guess it is. One thing that I'm noticing is, so this is it's a leaning Republican district according to Cook, but it's open, and okay, never mind. It looks like it's a new district because it was previously held by mostly Greg Kesar. Let me share what I'm looking at here.
You know what else is interesting though? What if she can corner that coveted right-wing vote that the Democrats want so badly because one of her policies is castrating pedophiles? Like if she makes that her slogan, for Congress, castrate the pedophiles.
But they're pro-pedophile now, so that might offend them.
Oh, that's true.
That's the problem. Yeah. Well, she's a little bit too late on that.
Yeah.
So it's probably going to be a Republican that wins. Although, I mean, if it just leans Republican in this climate, maybe they have a chance. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to make of this. I think that it's a little bit demoralizing to see this. But if you're feeling depressed, look at the results from Tuesday. It was much, much better. We got Chris Rabb and Charles Booker. He won in Kentucky, so it's going to be an uphill battle. But Chris Rabb is almost certainly going to be a member of Congress. So let's take the dub because goddamn, some of these races are really, really depressing.
That's wild.
And, yeah, and on the subject of like Republicans loving pedophiles, as you all know, Thomas Massie was ousted because he tried to release the Epstein files. I feel like that is such an embarrassment for the Republican Party. But if you look at the reaction, I mean, you have a hyper online libertarian portion, mostly younger people who were really pissed off. But like most of the chuds were celebrating. They were doing the double jerk off dance. They were spitting on Massie, pissing on his grave, his political grave. And I feel like that is so unhinged because, again, he got ousted because he tried to release the Epstein files and he didn't take money from Israel. This was the most expensive House race in the history of the fucking country. And it just goes to show you, you can't defy Donald Trump, even though he's unpopular. He's still the king of the Republican Party. And you got to be pro-pedophile if you're a Republican. And you got to be pro-Israel. Because the boomers, like, sure, younger Republicans who watch Candace Owens and Fox News, they're more anti-Israel. But older Republicans are still very much pro-Israel. And they don't tolerate that shit in primaries. So it's really bleak for the Republican Party. It's looking a little bit better in the Democratic Party because it seems like the Democratic Party base really is voting for more progressive options. And I'm going to be cautiously optimistic about that. We'll see how 2028 goes. But the Thomas Massie situation was actually crazy because if you look at his voting record, he genuinely is a very, very loyal Republican. He just deviated on a couple of issues and Trump destroyed him, primarily because he pulled the string that could unravel this whole pedophile cabal that's starting to unravel it. It hasn't led to any consequences, of course. Trump's not going to spend a day in prison for touching kids, but it still exposed him. And, it was delegitimizing. So that's enough. He's insulted by what Massie did, and it destroyed him. It destroyed Marjorie Taylor Greene, and it is maybe going to destroy Lauren Boebert, although she's like doing everything she can to lick his boots currently because she doesn't want to get on his bad side.
I agree with everything except Marjorie Taylor Greene. I think she just quit.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
she couldn't take the heat.
Hero or a martyr. Yeah,
she's not a martyr.
The heat that she's been dishing out to like trans kids for years, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm getting all these angry people saying mean things about me. I was like, that's what you do for a living.
Yeah, I feel no sympathy for her whatsoever. I don't buy this bullshit that you see pushed from some people on the left that she we should embrace her. No, don't make her the Liz Cheney for leftists. She's a piece of shit.
Have you seen how many people are doing like not even like 180s on them, but they're just like that thing where it's like, I hate to be the next person to have to point this out, but Tucker Carlson is making a lot of sense these days. You're like, what, the broken clock on this one issue is making a little bit of sense. Like, wasn't it like a couple of weeks ago, or maybe it was a couple of months ago? But he released a special on how he got attacked by demons in his bed at home, and he said he has claw marks. Like he didn't show them. That's a fucked up thing to say, that I've got the claw marks of demons on his body. I mean, it could be like the 3 giant dogs that sleep in his bed with him, but
yeah, he admitted this, didn't he, in the same fucking segment? He's like, I have like 3 or 4 big dogs that sleep in my bed with me.
Hounds or something. I know.
Why would you have scratches on your back? That's crazy.
Demonic forces.
I've had scratches on my stomach sleeping with dogs because my dog's like clawing at me, open the blanket, I want to get under. That's what they do. Don't sleep with them in the bed, or otherwise they're going to act like demons and they're going to claw your back. It's crazy to me.
Well, that's like, oh man, that's the one I don't understand at all, is the Tucker Carlson one. I just feel people have really bad short-term memories. Like I don't want to say this to sound like the cancel culture Karen or something like that. I would prefer if less people were shitty. Like I would prefer if Tucker Carlson was on a genuine pathway to bettering himself. That would be awesome. Mm-hmm. And then I'll see all these clips from him being like, maybe we shouldn't be so mean to Palestinians. I'm like, okay. He's crossing below the threshold of bare level humanity. And then next week it's like he's got Nick Fuentes on his show and they're talking about how porn makes you gay and trans and not like a shred of irony. And for like 40 minutes straight with a Nazi just being like, yeah, watching porn makes you gay, like all this kind of stuff. Like maybe that's his origin story. I don't know. But like that's just fucked. I don't know.
Yeah, not to mention the pro-Hitler historian he brought on his program. I don't remember the guy's name, but he was basically saying that, Hitler wasn't the biggest villain of World War II.
Yeah.
Or I don't know if he worded it that way. He might have said something like Winston Churchill was the biggest villain of that time. And it's like, forgetting anybody, bud? Like, anybody at all? And yeah, it pisses me off because if you're a leftist and you see a Republican saying this, I think that the obvious response is, good. I'm glad that they're saying this because at the bare minimum, it will cause infighting within the Republican Party, and we want our opponent to be weaker. That's great.
Yes.
But you also,
I would like a strong Republican Party.
yeah, like Obama and Pelosi, right? Love that.
Oh, Harris.
But I mean, how do you get so excited for somebody saying something when the left has been saying this for years? We've made all of these same points, but better, and we have better politics, and we're much more consistent when it comes to human rights. But yet, Tucker Carlson gets all the credit. It's like fucking stolen valor. Although I think that the reason why you see TYT in particular and that ilk make so much of a fuss about Marjorie Greene and Tucker Carlson is because I think that they are their path towards republicanism. It's a really straight line from populist left to populist right because they agree with them on immigration, on homelessness, on so many other issues,
on crime,
and
policing, like all that
exactly.
Stuff. Oh, yeah,
so I genuinely think that this is like, it's a logical leap. It doesn't look like I sell out. It's not as sharp of a turn as Dave Rubin was or Jimmy Dore. This is more logical, where it's like it's a different brand of populism, where we find some agreement. Maybe we have a lot of disagreement, but I feel like this is their path to republicanism.
And that's why every single one of them is such an opportunistic grifter, right? Like, it's not as like they're ahead of the curve. That's what I've been thinking when you see people like Megyn Kelly and who's else in the shit list. Well, I mean, Alex Jones is just going to be in his own world, but same thing with Nick Fuentes and all these people now who are basically now anti-Trump and they're like defectors and all this kind of stuff. Every single one of them is just seeing the writing on the wall, right? Like Trump cannot be the future of the right forever. This all has a finite limit to it, and right now he's like historically unpopular, and like even a lot of people on the right hate the fact that he like just won't stop war. Like, he just loves war. He just loves doing war. It's not really popular right now, so I think a lot of them, that's more what they're seeing than anything else. Except for Candace Owens, who is on a holy war to take down Erica Kirk, and I'm so here for it. And please continue, go harder, comrade Candace. I want to see more of it every day.
Right.
You're some of the best content on the internet right now.
Honestly, yeah, she has. Let me just say this: Candace Owens is a demon, but she's so fucking entertaining. And the way she is going after this grieving widow, as Ben Shapiro would put it, I've got to say, I'm living for it like you are, Lance. I think it is so entertaining.
Have you seen her versus Nick Shirley?
I saw a little bit of that. Can you give us the rundown? Because I feel like this is my cup of tea.
So if anyone doesn't know, Nick Shirley is the guy who did the whole, the Somali daycare scandal, fake documentary guy. Anyways, he's got a video where he goes to Brazil. And in Brazil, he travels there with his friends, or sorry, not with his friends, but his crew and his fellow workers. And they're trying to find out what caused the poverty of Brazil. And obviously they go towards gang violence. It's all the gang violence. It's because of gang violence. Gang violence is so scary. And in it, he interviews, and according to him, actual Brazilian gang member. And it's really scary. And like, blah, blah, blah. Well, Candace Owens calls him out for it. And unfortunately, she goes to Alex Jones. Like, she says to him that the reason that you're experiencing all of this, etc., is ultimately because he's a Fed and he's CIA and he got access to like high-ranking gang members. That's the only reason. But in the process, she called him a white boy, which I guess was just like that was something that on the right they hadn't experienced. This was like baby's first prejudice or something like that. Because
is being called a white boy even offensive to them?
It was deeply offensive. Like, he went on to like the Patrick Bet David podcast to talk about it. He's like, I don't know why she would, call me a white boy. And all this kind of, he's like, she called you a white boy? A white boy? You? Just like, this is so funny.
Is he purporting to be Latino or something?
No,
I genuinely don't understand it.
How do you gain access to high-ranking gang members as just a random white boy with a camera? She has a point. Like,
Right.
you know, it's not a thing that just like, unless you're like, I have a connection through Vice, or I'm going to hook up with somebody. Like, it does seem kind of wild. So when you watch it, I think, this is my own personal theory, he gets fleeced by the locals. Like, I think the locals, because he does talk to locals, he gets tour guides, he you know, pays them money. He speaks pretty decent Spanish, by the way, because he was part of I think a Mormon cult that tried to recruit people. So his Spanish is actually good. His Portuguese isn't bad either. And then I was surprised about that. So he was like,
For Nick Shirley?
Nick Shirley, like, he speaks every language but English. It's so wild, and he's just like, it's walking around there. But in the middle of it, obviously, all I'm thinking is that, like, you know, if this happened here, if someone came up to me and was like, I really want to meet the dangerous gangs of Vancouver, but yeah, I'll hook you up, man. I know some people, like, they're crazy, man. You know, I would do that, and then all it does is he goes somewhere with someone with a tour guide. Nonetheless, they cut to him inside of an area where they turn on flashlights only, so it looks all spooky, and then someone comes out with their face covered, and all Nick has to say is like, how you doing, man? And immediately he's just like, I love to kill cops. I'm a cop killer. I want to kill all the cops. My favorite thing is to kill all the cops. I'm here to kill cops. My favorite thing is killing cops. I love the blood of cops. Like, I'd be like, oh my god. And then 2 seconds later, Nick's like, so, and like, no more questions. He's like, I hate civilians. I'm gonna kill all the civilians, kill everybody. I'll kill every single civilian, every single cop. I'll kill every. I'm like, wow, this is the baddest motherfucker that ever existed. Or, you know, maybe
he just gets people to open up. He's got that quality about him. They just like, they want to share everything. Yeah. That's crazy.
So I think she gets a half win here. I think she's right in that I don't know if he actually interviewed real gang members, but I don't think it's proof that he's a CIA or a Fed.
Yeah, no, I think that your interpretation of it makes the most sense, because he's very clearly ignorant. They can exploit his ignorance. I'm sure that, like, he is paying them to give him the hookup. So, I mean, if you're trying to make money off this dumbass foreigner, why wouldn't you? Be like, yeah, I know where the gangster is. Let me get him.
Yeah, exactly. yeah. Oh my god, he was here the whole time. Mike, no.
God, I'm actually blown away that he speaks more languages.
Spanish. Yeah, his Spanish is pretty good. I was actually was like, wop. And then a bunch of people in the chat were like, oh, it's because he was like in a cult and they tried to recruit people from Mexico and stuff like that. So that's
is he from Mexico?
No, he was in a Mormon cult. I think, like, so I'm not sure how familiar you are with Mormonism, but like, I believe when you reach 16 or 17, you basically have to go on your, I forget their particular name for it. You and one other Mormon have to travel to another country. It could be anywhere in the world, right? You never know where you're going, right?
And you're like a missionary,
Missionary. And you go there to try and recruit as many souls as you can to Mormonism while you're there. So if you're going somewhere, if you're going to Mexico or a lot of Central South America, you'd have to know how to speak some fucking Spanish, because you're not going to be able to just walk around there walking up as a gringo. Like,
right.
Hola. Like, obviously someone's going to be like, hey, what the fuck?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Yeah. Te gusta Dios?
Donde es el baño?
Yeah. Por Dios.
That's interesting. Wow. I'm honestly, like, I never thought that I would be impressed. Like, this person is, like, I don't know how to describe it without sounding ableist. I'm not trying to be ableist. I feel like I guess I thought he didn't even know how to read.
I didn't. Well, I also thought he was illiterate, but that was
I also thought he was illiterate.
Yeah,
I thought he had a handler who like typed his tweets for him or something. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. You hear him and it's very clear he's not intelligent.
But that has nothing to do with something innate, inherent, or genetic. I just think
right.
For a reason he didn't want to read in school or something. I don't know what it is.
He chooses to be a dumbass. He basks in ignorance. He's very clearly a dipshit. So that's a little bit shocking.
Yeah.
Wow. You never know. Maybe a fucking random Trump supporter you see at the store with their mobility scooter and MAGA hat and little American flag attached to the back. They could be a fucking idiot savant. They could know 14 different languages. They could know how to read. It's crazy. You never know. Maybe don't judge a book by its cover. Or do.
I think you're giving him a little bit too much credit. Wow, he gets can speak a few languages. I mean,
Well, because like Lance said, he
yes.
don't even speak English. That's why it's so wild to me. Somebody in the chat was like, as soon as we brought up Nick Shirley, they're like Belenovit or whatever the fuck he said, like in that interview where there's a clip of him saying something about somebody asked who he thought a benevolent billionaire was, and he was like, "What is Belenovit?" or some. I don't remember the way he mispronounced it, but it was like, bro, you have to be fucking trolling. There's no way you're like 23 years old. Oh, it was benevolent. That's what somebody says the way you put it. Yeah, it was so jarring where it's like, okay, he's probably trolling, right? And then the more you hear from him, it's like, oh, he's like, actually, he's not trolling. He's just a dumbass. Man, right-wingers, they never cease to amaze me and disappoint me and disgust me. Oh, speaking of him, there is this photo that is on Twitter. He is now in the White House with Howard Nutlick, and they're doing a cool guy pose. I don't understand. Like, this dude has access to every single politician. I don't think that it's wrong to speculate if he's a Fed. Because like from
he
a
did
YouTube
get to
video,
go. He went to the prison camps in Ecuador and got to do a full tour of the complex to promote prison labor. That's one of his videos.
Okay, that's so suspicious. Who gets
that
access?
one is right. That one's really sus. Like, you'd have to have direct connections with the Trump administration and then also Ecuador. Yeah.
Did he not go to Israel as well and Gaza in particular?
Oh, I didn't know that.
I can't remember. I know he went to Israel. I can't remember specifically if he went to Gaza or not. But I mean, I feel like this. Listen, okay. He made that viral YouTube video about Somali fraud. There was zero journalistic value to it whatsoever. It went viral, but there's so many propagandists on the right who produce this type of low effort bullshit. Why is he the one that gets all this access? It's crazy. It's like, I don't know. It just is a little bit suspicious to me. I know for sure he's coordinating with them, but is he on the payroll?
He's got a doppelganger that's way like somehow even grosser than him, who does the exact same thing as Nick Shirley, but he's way more racist and aggressive outwardly. Like, he'll frame everything always being about the ethnicity and race of the group he's going to attack. But he's like that guy, I can't remember his name, but he gets attacked all the time. Like, it's very different than Nick Shirley, where Nick Shirley seems like he's on a quasi nice vacation with a tour guide and just asking locals to hook him up with the story that he wants. That obviously at a certain point, a local is going to be like, yeah, sure. Do you want to go to the favela? Do you want to meet the gang member and see the cocaine? Yeah.
Right.
You know, yeah. And then you get the video. Nick Sordor, is that his name? I know Thought Slime did a video on the guy. He basically does poverty porn for a lot of his videos. He'll go to like the downtown east side of Vancouver and film people literally like, you know, shooting up and living in extreme poverty, and then like just sit there with his camera and be like, isn't this fucking gross? Sick. Look how gross all these poor people are. Sick. And he makes bank. Like, his videos do fucking numbers. It's so gross.
I hate that. I hate that that's a genre.
I know.
On YouTube, where it's like poverty tourism and just.
Oh, Tyler Oliveira. That's it. Tyler Oliveira.
Oh, I've heard of that name. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen a single video from him, but yeah.
Oh, they're so bad. Like, it's no shock that like in a lot of them, he's like, it's almost like in some of them, I feel it's a setup because there's so much violence going on. Like, people chasing him. Like, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
That might make it a little bit more entertaining, at least, where there's some threat. That wouldn't happen if you had, you know, a government handler or, you know, some official from the state to kind of escort you. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's true. The one who can help you put pen to paper.
Yeah.
To mark your scribe.
Yeah, I mean, not to conspiratorialize. It's just very strange. I think that he is what's the thing they always call musicians, like especially black female musicians, like industry plants. I get industry plant vibes from Nick Shirley.
Would you accept that he's a normal silly clown man who is being promoted now by people who find him to be a useful silly clown man? Because I think
1,000%. That's
probably
probably the likely situation.
That's probably where my heart lies. Just
yeah.
So
It's just his rise has been meteoric, and so that's why it fuels my skepticism. Just because, I mean, you look at right wingers, they're obviously botting their YouTube accounts and shit like that. I mean, David Pakman, as you know, him and I have disagreements, but he did a video about Benny Johnson, and his subscribers are very clearly inorganic. You know, when you look at his videos.
Oh, no way. Because Benny seems to be one of the people who's not getting the Daily Wire, like Ben Shapiro, like crash down. You know, like his numbers are just gone. But
Yeah, Benny's going up. He's growing at a really rapid rate when it comes to subscribers, but the views aren't proportionally growing and the engagement doesn't really match, you see? So it's not anything that you can really prove, but it's one of those things where.
So I've done the same thing for PragerU. It's really easy to see PragerU because it's so dramatic. It'll be like, 3,000 views, 6,000 views, and then 675,000 views, and then so it's just like you can tell where they're doing it left and right. But I've also wondered, like, why don't you guys sparse out that fake shit equally? Why is it like there are videos, right, where it'll be like close to 1 million views and then 27 comments, and you're like, well, why didn't you buy the comments? Like, this is clearly juiced, right? Like, what's the point of this?
That's the shit that you see on Benny Johnson's channel. That's what David Pakman pointed out, I believe. It's been a while. But yeah, and it doesn't make sense. So, and it's not unusual for you to have, for those who like don't know about like YouTube analytics and shit like that, it's not unusual for you to have like lower performing videos and then just have one blow up. But what happens is it juices the entire channel, and then the next one will be higher than the last one. Like, you kind of get this algorithmic boost, right? It's all gradual and it's proportional. If you have a video with 30,000 views, you're going to have, at least 1,000 comments about. You're not going to have 12 comments. It just doesn't really make any sense for that level of views to not have the engagement that many eyeballs would get you. So there's something really suspicious going on. And again, it's not really anything that you can prove, but just like when you look at the analytics all day and you do YouTube, you can see it, and it's very clearly inauthentic. And so yeah, Benny Johnson is if you just watch Benny Johnson, I'd never actually sat to just watch a Benny Johnson video. It is so fucking boring.
It is so hard. Yeah. Of all the permits to hate watch, he's one of the hardest. Like, I can't get through more than a couple of minutes unless he's introducing someone at Turning Point USA or something, because then you get to see the diva, and then that stuff is kind of darling to me. But like, everything else is bad. It's really boring.
Yeah, he
was never talented in any way, though. I mean, the dude basically fell into right-wing content because he got fired for plagiarism.
That's right. At BuzzFeed, where he made out with guys allegedly.
People are saying Matt Walsh is worse. He is really bad. I don't know if either of you watch Freda, a really good long form like video essayist. He did a breakdown of Matt Walsh's so Daily Wire's collapsing. The only like content on the Daily Wire that still is doing numbers is Daily Walsh's new documentaries on slavery and history and stuff like that. But I think Freda exposed him for having written the whole thing on ChatGPT. Like cracked the
of course.
It was going through it.
Was surprising.
But like blatantly in some cases, like at one point he was using an image of Tussaud and like didn't know that it was an AI generated image that was stealing from Wikipedia's open like photo that was available, and then you can clearly see in other parts that there's like missing, like he forgot to take the code out, like source ChatGPT, things like that, right? Like all of it is like, oh, I can put the pieces together, but like that's so sad. It's like the Daily Wire's last remaining property is AI written Stormfront racism about how slavery was good. That's all they have left.
And I don't know anymore, but you'd think he'd have at least money for a couple of researchers and writers.
Yeah, right.
And he's doing that. I did see, I don't know if it was a clip or whatnot, but somebody had made a claim about how he pretended like it was this big discovery that Rosa Parks had planned to go on the bus to get arrested.
Oh, I know.
As part
or
of a protest.
or that the civil rights movement was organized.
Right. And I feel like, yeah.
I mean, the other version is wild to think. It's just like a bunch of black people just took it amongst themselves at a really good opportune time to just start protesting simultaneously. And it just organically happened. I'm like, that's cool. I mean, I didn't
Part of me wants to see how he talks about that, because like, what even is the scandal there? What exactly is wrong with
I told you.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense. But one thing I will say that
the scandal is that they feel like they were because they didn't pay attention in school,
Mhm.
or they didn't care enough to learn about this stuff. They're shocked to find out that like it wasn't what they thought it was.
Right.
So that's why
That's
they think
true,
it's a
yeah.
scandal. I mean, that's constantly what like right-wing scandal is, right? Conservatives learning something that everyone else already knows. Like that's usually what a conservative scandal is. Conservatives finding out about something that everyone else already knows, but they don't think anyone else knows it.
That's
yeah,
wild.
it's a revelation to them. But I was gonna say that like Matt Walsh, he's not pleasant to listen to. He's insufferable, but you can at least tell that he believes the bullshit that he's spewing. Whereas, when you look at Benny Johnson, he is so disinterested in the subject matter. He just has a bunch of tweets up and he just boringly goes through it in the most monotone voice ever. Whereas when you see him do some stage event, like you said, he brings out the sass, right? He tries to serve. He can't, but he tries. Like there's at least an effort. But the YouTube videos, he's like almost half asleep. Ben Shapiro, like I don't agree with him. I hate his content, but you get the appeal because Republicans, they know they have a reputation of being big dummies, and he at least gives them this veneer of intellectualism, and they like that. And he talks fast, so that could be entertaining because we have short attention span, so he's keeping you going. And but like I genuinely don't understand Benny Johnson. It makes no sense. He's not doing anything particularly unique. There's not any Nazism to pull on the Nazis like you can kind of see with Asmongold and Nick Fuentes. It's like, okay, yeah, we're taking it to the logical extreme. We're gonna say Jews are also bad. So like the Nazis are like, yeah, he fills that vacuum. Whereas I don't know what market is there for Benny Johnson aside from like boomers who don't know how to go to a different YouTube video and it's just like an autoplay or something. It makes no sense to me.
Well, that's the Benny
No,
Johnson.
I think that's a good way to describe Benny. I mean, there's a way to describe Benny Johnson, but there's a number of guys on the right that you can describe in that way.
I think that's fair. Yeah.
Did either of you watch the Jillian versus Sam Seder debate?
No.
I heard about it. I think I saw a short clip that someone grabbed and put on YouTube where basically she's like checking with an AI, like checking with AI the entire time.
Time, like start to finish. It got to the point where Sam was like, "You might as well just let me give prompts to the AI and speed this through."
Can we find this clip? Because I haven't seen any of this.
Oh yeah, I can probably find some of them. But the only reason those are great.
No, I was gonna say it's like what do these guys do? Like, how easy is it for them to like? Is it really? I mean, I guess it is. It's that easy for right-wing influencers and talking heads that they don't even like know about anything. They just show up and do live chat GPT on air, no shame. And their audience is like, that's why I watch this expert. It's so bizarre.
Yeah. Sam Seder says something, she'll respond with, "Grok, is that true?" And then he says something else. She responds again, "Grok, can you confirm this?"
Yeah, I sent you one of the clips, but the reason I brought it up is that at the very start of it, she pulls some very strange moves. She kind of tries to accuse him of being homophobic, which was really odd. I hadn't seen anyone ever pull that on Sam before, where she's like, yeah, here's some. She like had this super cut of all these clips of him talking, and then she's like, "Did you say all this because I'm gay?" And he's like, "You're gay?" And he's like, "You knew I was gay." She's like, "I know you know I was gay. There's evidence of you knowing I was gay." And he's like, "Okay." And that's pretty much it, right? Like it's just one of those moments where you're just like, "Okay, sorry." Oh, was she trying to do? You can't weaponize identity politics because I know. Right? In 2 minutes, she's going to do the opposite. And sure enough, in a couple of minutes, this is like, Muslims kill everybody. They want to do jihad. 9/11 happened. Like, okay, well, that's why you can't do this.
And this is just a side note.
I want to see that part now.
It's crazy.
It's just the very start. It's the very, very beginning.
Okay, I'll pull that in too. But I just want to say that This is crazy. This has been on my mind. The people who often do shit like this, like her, like accuse him of being homophobic or cry anti-Semitism due to criticisms of Israel, they call the Tucker Carlsons and Candaces of the world the woke right. When I feel like by their own definition, wouldn't they be the woke right? Because they're the one they're doing identity politics. I mean, I guess you could say that Tucker Carlson and Nick Fuentes do identity politics in the sense that they do white identity politics, great replacement conspiracy, but they believe in that shit too. It just doesn't make any sense. But all right, I'm excited about this.
Okay, how long is the time frame to get from?
Okay, honestly, I gotta go. This has been great, very edifying. And I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on.
Oh, she's just oh my god. I did not think that she was actually doing it on camera where it was noticeable. Just open it.
No, it was like she was literally holding up. There's a clip of her literally holding up her computer to the screen.
Are you
to
joking?
show like what ChatGPT told her or whatever?
What? Oh my god. I thought that he caught her like doing it on the DL. What the fuck?
No, she's loud about it. Yeah.
They mirror
no shame about it. Like it's completely normal to do.
Yeah, they show the search results from ChatGPT on screen to contradict him at times, being like,
Oh
I don't
my
think
God.
we killed any Iranian civilians, Sam. I think we only killed combatants. And he's like, no, that's not disputed by anybody. We definitely killed Iranians. The strikes killed at least like over 100 children in a school, but I believe we've killed over 1,000 at this point. She's like, not true. And then like she puts the ChatGPT screen on where it's like, it has been confirmed over 1,700 civilians have been killed by the U.S. and Israel forces since the war began. And then I'm like, what is she doing? I was like, is this like, does the producer know that it actually like validates what Sam is saying right now, but you're putting it on screen anyway?
Wow, I'm blown away by that.
Yeah.
That's so humiliating. Oh my god.
The short answer is a matter of days to roughly 1 to 2 weeks, Sam. That's the
They're
answer.
days and weeks away from a nuclear weapon.
I'm
It's
gonna drop
amazing
this in.
how many years,
Sam, that is the
for
answer.
decades,
You are
I've been hearing
wrong.
that.
Sam, they had 60% enriched uranium. It takes literally the short answer is a matter of days to roughly 1 to 2 weeks. And I did speak to
Short
veterans from
answer.
this guy. No, okay. All right.
Keep
How
out there.
long is the
short
time
answer.
frame to get from 60% enriched
That
uranium
is
to
a
weapons
can't
grade?
believe
The short
this.
answer is a matter of
Huge
days to roughly
factor.
1 to 2 weeks. Because the law of physics and nuclear engineering, or because of the laws of physics and nuclear engineering, uranium enrichment is not a linear process. Moving from natural uranium to 0.07 purity to 20% enrichment takes about 90% of the total effort. Once uranium has already been enriched to 60%, nearly all of the heavy lifting is done. The final dash to weapons grade, 90% purity, requires only removing one microscopic fraction of unwanted isotopes.
Checkmate,
I guess
Sam.
that's the end of the show.
Oh yeah, she
Thank
did that
you
a lot.
so
By the
much
way,
for
she would randomly edit in her own like after the fact discoveries where she's like, so hey, by the way, everybody, I just looked this up. Sam lied to you again. Here's a real fact, and then it would be again ChatGPT search results, and sometimes they would leave in the prompts so you can see how she was trying to like teach me about how Sam Seder's wrong, kind of thing.
I don't even know what to say.
Pretty funny.
Okay, I have the full thing.
Yeah, so
I just want to see the homophobic part.
Like, I want to see that.
Skip past. She plays so much clips of herself, and Sam has to sit through it all. So you can skip past all that, and then it's basically when they start talking, like right after. She shows like a little compilation video. You should see the two of them chat, and then you'll see clips from the show basically appear.
Okay.
Yeah, after these clips is when I think she gets into the, unless you want to watch the clips that prove that he's a homophobe.
Oh, okay, yeah, I kind of do.
So then you should see the clips that prove his
I feel
homophobe.
like I am uniquely qualified to assess the situation.
Well, that's true. I could only give a half pass here.
Yeah, I could give the full pass. So
Ally of the Year award coming up. We'll see.
I'm assuming that her evidence is so robust that at the end of this compilation, Mike is going to have a revelation and say like, holy shit, I never realized Sam was actually homophobic.
He's a bigot. He's just
I love how she wouldn't say shit about Tucker Carlson spewing the F slur on his program, but she's like, Sam Seder now. That motherfucker. He hates the gays. That's crazy to me. God damn.
And you were kind enough to step up for that. You are the first. So, SOT number 3, guys. I wanted to litigate some of this stuff first.
Oh, well, I should just say that was not what I was responding to was your video where you said that nobody would show up. I was actually interested in revisiting our exchange on Piers Morgan from a year ago.
Promise you we will. That's why I'd like some of your time. Okay, SOT 3.
To that woman from The Biggest Loser, go F yourself. Go take the maha and shove it up your ass. Go F yourself.
Oh, see, I understand how he's mentioning her bussy because she's a gay man.
Wait, hold on. I think it's really funny that you would. Hold on. I think it is so funny that you would clip someone saying that about you and then play it on your show when they come on. I think that's so funny. So funny because she thinks that she's making him look bad or something.
Bad, I know.
But no, it's just like, oh, this guy just actually does agree with her or doesn't like her to that extent, and he's coming on because he has no fear at all of this, like of what he's about to talk about. Like, very weird to play that on your show if your guest completely annihilating you previously.
She just was very butthurt by it.
Yeah.
Channel, even bigger loser. Everybody knows I like to keep it real. That's a perfect show for me to go on.
Is this a meeting of the Gay Straight Alliance? Just kidding. They're both gay. They're both gay.
Snake oil. That's snake oil. Talking about politics. I'm sure she read that book 2 weeks ago.
Do you have pictures?
Here's someone who quit her show because of criticism of Israel was happening.
Talk to me about Islam. Tell me what we're getting wrong.
Please come on my show and justify why Muslims aren't bad.
Wrote it 3 hours ago.
Nothing. Have we heard back anything?
Nothing yet.
Oh my God.
She's a fool.
Her role in media is to defend Israel. I think she's a TERF, right? So she doesn't like trans people and thinks it takes away from feminism, and then is also a Maha person.
They want to get rid of free lunches in schools.
Both here and in Africa, which I know I care about both. She cares about neither, but is pretending to care about the kids in America.
Okay. Well, so first let me address the fact that I'm sorry I did not get back to you within 3 hours.
You got great producers.
Well, you gave us a lot to work with, Sam. Having said that, I'm sorry I didn't get back to you within 3 hours. A man of your stature, I apologize. But your followers spammed the email I put out. SOT number 2.
The Vanguard
gets to reach you. Have someone from your office email our podcast line. And it's an email there. If you guys, want to send her an email, now you know what her address is. So go wild with that shit.
And they did. Graphic number 1.
Well, hold on for 1 second.
Yeah.
Those guys are on a completely different podcast.
I totally get it, but it seems like they're your followers, though. They like you quite a bit, along with, like, I didn't even know Hassan Piker calls you Uncle Sam.
They do a show about beefs, but I
guess so. So then we got graphic number 1. So we did in fact get those emails, and it made it very difficult to find yours. LOLOLOL. I think they left off the last O. You're such a fake dipshit excuse of a human being. I hope Seder guts your duck ass. And how are you too poor to host this email address on your own website when you've been nothing but a grifter your entire professional career? I'll listen off there. Thanks. I don't really know what that part means.
Then there's my dad.
It's one of the things. Then there's I heard the progressive host of the Majority Report, Sam Seder. Sam, keeping it real, Seder would be happy to debunk all of your nonsense. Die slow, bitch. So it does seem that the apple does not fall from the trees.
Well, I'm not sure.
I can't believe she's doing this. Thank you for being here. I think I would honestly say to you, off the top, given all of that.
Are you gay?
Well, I mean, I don't know. How do you feel about it? I've watched you make fun of gay people now, including Benny Johnson and Steven Crowder, which is weird because
Benny Johnson is not gay.
Benny Johnson was slamming trans people.
Oh,
is he not gay?
He's not gay.
He's not?
He's not, yeah.
Seriously? Oh.
Yeah, it's a little confusing.
No, but you've insulted him utilizing that context, which is so weird. Like, why
What do you mean?
Okay.
Oh, you mean like I say he's
You're
closeted?
like, oh, he's gay, but like
I don't think I
you
have
did.
ever
I'll
said
clarify.
that.
You did.
Wait, she doesn't seem to understand
And
that.
you did it to
No, she
Crowder as
doesn't.
well. But that's
Sam is not calling Benny Johnson gay, like how like you call something gay in the in high school.
Yeah.
Sam is literally like, is Benny Johnson gay? Because, well, frankly, he almost. So I mean, I feel weird.
You could tell. I'm sorry.
I feel weird even caging it here, like and saying, tell Omo, like he is. I don't even know how to describe how gay this guy who won't come out of the closet is.
You know what you can speak on authority from? Just be like, I can tell you one thing: he ain't straight.
Yes.
Right. And listen, I can say,
Yeah,
say,
exactly.
Listen, there's obviously
heterosexual on the leftist mafia.
There's obviously nothing wrong with Benny Johnson being gay. In fact, if he came out, that would be the most likable thing about him. What is super weird is how adamant he is about him not being, when there are multiple people who have come out over the years and said, men who've said, "Oh, I made out with Benny Johnson at the BuzzFeed holiday party."
Right. Yep. Right. It's an open secret in conservative circles, according to conservatives. So,
yeah.
This is
And
hilarious.
listen, if
to
he
me.
doesn't want to, if he doesn't want to come out, that's his prerogative, I guess. I mean, don't have to come out if you don't want to. But I mean, I don't know what it's doing for him.
Yeah, I mean, I will say,
just don't go after gay people. That's all. Just don't.
I think he shies away from going after gay people because I think he is sensitive to the fact that he's going to be a lot more suspicious. And I think Lindsey Graham kind of does the same thing where they're like, all right, I can't do this. I know about the trope and I have to be very cautious. You can't just be openly homophobic these days. Otherwise people are going to look at you with a side
I
eye.
mean, what is Lindsey Graham going to do? Come out one day and like make fun of someone like, oh, that guy flaming homosexual.
I just want to say, I think homosexuality is a sin. Like, bro. He's like Michelle Bachmann's husband, Marcus Bachmann. If you don't know who Marcus Bachmann is, just look him up. He ran like an anti-gay conversion therapy clinic, and he has interviews talking about it. And he's like, "We just want to help these kids." Like, I swear to God, like the biggest stereotype ever. And I don't want to promote stereotypes, but like he is a very effeminate male.
I think the Parks and Rec character is based off of him.
It is, yeah, it is actually, yeah.
How extreme he is, right? Like,
yeah,
it's so unbelievable. You're like, okay.
Also,
right.
She mentions she mentioned Steven Crowder, right? Is she sharing a secret that she knows about Steven Crowder? Why is she bringing up?
Well, that one's also
Benny Johnson and Steven Crowder.
Yeah, he also
Together
came
like
out as
that.
bisexual, kind of, in a video where he talked about his
Oh, he did?
bisexual demon.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, he said
it's urges. He has. It's a really old one where he basically has to push
Right.
the bisexual urges away, kind of thing. But also, I mean, he's also.
I didn't know about that.
He gets sued by his employees for sexually assaulting male
Yeah.
employees. He's on camera making his male employees
Bros being bros, man. It's just bros being bros. You know, we just
Right.
we go out, we slap each other's butts, we dress up like women, and we crush
out
us
with each other and the children. Well,
just a bunch of straight bros being bunch of straight bros, man. This is what we do.
And you can see when Steven Crowder puts on a wig and makeup, it's like you can tell it's the first time he could be himself in years. He genuinely feels comfortable in his own skin. And then when he's out of it, he's like trying to LARP as like Nathan Drake from Uncharted. He's got the gun holster and shit, and it's just very clearly all a facade. You could tell, you can sense how uncomfortable he is. So I feel like he's not just like Steven Crowder might be a lesbian. We'll just put it that way. I think he's trans, and well, no, I don't think he's attracted to women. I think he's a straight woman. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what's in his head, but he's hiding something and he's externalizing an internal struggle.
What I do know is that there was another really far right ex-member of his show who straight up, like the one who gave the revelation that he's got a button under the desk that he pushes when everyone has to laugh at his jokes and be silent. That same person was like, I just didn't get what this was all about. Like, how are we owning the libs by doing these bits where he wants us to get in assless chaps while he spanks us and rubs oil all over our bodies? And we would say that. We would be like, how is owning the libs? I don't get it. He's like, you'll get it soon. Ah! You know, like all that kind of stuff. I think, yeah.
It's just like, imagine going into work every day and your bosses make you dress and drag again.
Yeah, exactly.
It reminds me a bit of South Park's version of Mel Gibson, where he's running around going like, "Oh, please don't torture me," as he's like rubbing his nose.
All right, I'll play a little bit more of this. I think she doesn't understand that shaming closeted gay Republicans for their hypocrisy is not the same as homophobia. Nonetheless, I'll let her cook, and then I'll share my my full
Official
analysis.
review?
Yeah, my
All right.
official conclusion.
I do think. Well, I mean, I think it's pretty well documented that Benny Johnson is. I mean, certainly not. I'm not the only person to bring that up at all. A lot of right wingers have been more explicit about it than I have. Crowder, yes, I do think that Crowder is suppressing some things, and his ex-wife sort of like hinted around it. But I'm just asking because somebody wrote that to you in the thing, and I wasn't aware that you were gay. If you are,
I am. You are gay. You talked about it in the thing. You've talked about it numerous times, actually.
that you're gay.
You've talked about it numerous times on your show, Sam.
I mean, honestly,
I mean, there are many things that you get wrong.
I was surprised there was that many clips that we talked about you over the past year. But I think
many
let me just say the first one,
Yeah.
the first one,
I was
where I was
confused.
telling you to f off.
Yeah,
We're gonna get there.
Was a response. Well, I mean, you put you've
We're
done
gonna
the
get there.
montage.
I promise
should
you,
explain
we are
it.
going to get there.
I should just say, within some proximity of that video, that specifically was when the first report of the tens of thousands, now hundreds of thousands of children, but also adults who have died as a result
That's
of the
not
cuts
true,
in
Sam.
USAID.
You want to talk about that study? We can start there. You're wrong.
Oh, I'm happy to start there.
All right.
Okay. So I think we're past that. Okay, I've made my judgment so far.
Okay.
I am ruling that Sam Seder is indeed not homophobic. And because he was accused of homophobia, I will allow him to privately say the F slur one time.
Wow.
So, Sam, you go crazy, brother.
I'll inform him for you.
Let him know he's allowed to privately say it one
Might be
time.
the Humanist Report has a message for you.
Master Seder, we have some news from the Humanist Report.
It's good.
It's like, you know, when you're a kid and you make those coupons for your mom, we'll do the dishes for Mother's Day. It's like a coupon for Sam. Can't say F slur in private one time. Can't direct it towards a gay person. You can call a straight person the F slur because that's just objectively funny. But you can say it one time.
Yeah, you can't use it in hate.
Yeah.
Only use in love. One
Exactly.
Love for self-love.
And listen, I don't hand out those passes very often, so he needs to understand he's been wronged. He's been wronged, and that accusation, you know, it comes with a hefty reward. You know, it's like when somebody tries to lob a slap lawsuit at you, sometimes you gotta get them to pay your lawyer fees. This is kind of that, right? Where he gets to say it. But yeah, no, I think on a serious note, it's so hilarious how she was grasping at anything, because I think that you can see it in her face. She genuinely was pissed off that they were criticizing her so much. And she's one of these people that she Googles her own name. She looks at what everybody is saying. She watches every single criticism, every hate video about her. You can just fucking tell she is one of those people. And so, like, she's been seething watching Sam and Emma dunk on her because she's a fucking dumbass. And yeah, you could just see it in her face, the contempt. And I'm still so stunned by the Chat GPT thing. I genuinely cannot get over the fact that she just kept Chat GPTing everything that he was telling her. That is, bro, hang it up. Okay, go back to whatever you were doing, Biggest Loser shit, make some more Nintendo DS games, Fitness Ultimatum 2, 3, and 4. I don't know. You are not cut out, Jillian, to do political commentary. Okay? You have no thoughts of your own. You have to stop.
No, David.
We'll see you all next week. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'm surprised that no one's. Oh, I'm sorry, my dog is. I was just gonna say, I'm surprised no one showed up other than the three of us.
I mean, that was so awesome.
Let me see what my dog wants. Be right back.
Terry, I wasn't sure if that was Tico or Chico or Terry.
No, that's not Chico. He's got the cone of shame on right now because he's got a little scrape in his pawpaw and he won't stop licking it. So it's the sad times.
Poor guy. Poor guy.
I tried everything else. You know, when you tried doing the first the bandages, and the talk and everything, and he started doing this cat thing where he would disappear for a couple minutes, come back, and it would just mysteriously always be off because he would just take it on it, and so gotta help him out.
Yeah, Poopy had to wear a donut. It was like a Halloween costume.
Yeah.
But it was a little bit more comfortable because he kept scratching like a little scab on his back, and it takes forever because he kept splitting it open, and even with the donut, he tried to take it off. So yeah, that was so. I feel what you're going through. It's tough. It's tough being a dog dad, honestly.
Yeah.
David and Matt would have no idea what it's like to be a father.
They have no idea. You don't know the sacrifice, you deadbeats.
The things we do for our children, okay?
Yeah. Well,
it's not like having a human baby, okay? Or a human child.
A human, real person.
Yeah. They basically just take care of themselves as soon as they come out of the womb.
And they're sentient.
And they're sentient, yeah. You know, dogs, they really need a lot of care. You really have to put in the work to make sure that they're happy and they don't kill themselves every single day by either scratching wounds and causing infections or swallowing something. Poopy, for example, literally tries to swallow every single fucking thing he finds, and that is a constant struggle. So
that was Chico when we first started. That I
really
feel that sucks, man. I you could just see it when every 2 seconds you're like, I have to look because if I'm not staring at you, you're just gonna eat something, maybe poo. I don't know. You'll eat everything.
It's what thankfully Poopy doesn't eat doo-doo, but I swear to God, he swallowed a squeaker. And I only saw it when I hear him dry heaving, and as soon as I look, it goes down the gullet, and you could tell what it is, and that ended up being a $2,000 vet bill because they couldn't make him puke it up, they couldn't fish it out, they had to split open his stomach to get the fucking squeaker out. It was so sad. He had no idea what was done to him.
I know.
But yeah, I have to watch him every single day, every minute of the day, basically. No toys with squeakers. He gets, human plushies to play with. Yeah, he goes ham. He's legitimately trying to swallow everything. He's always been like that. So, yeah.
Well, super chats.
Let's do it. Let me write down the timestamp here. I try to keep track so that way people have timestamps when they watch the VOD. You're welcome, everybody. We work very hard on this show.
That's kind of
extensive preparation as well.
That is very nice of Mike to do that.
I try. Okay, did you want to go first, Lance? I kind of want to go to the bathroom. Did you want to start, and then I'll come back in?
Yeah, I can start. Okay. Thank you to JPJH8844 for the $5. Who exactly is God? The Egyptians, Greeks, Romans, Norse, Indigo societies all had many gods. I think probably streamers. I don't have a non-jokey answer to that. It seems like something that every human being has the pleasure of being able to figure out for themselves, and that's part of one of the great mysteries of life. I
mean, who knows? Who knows? Is there? Is there not? Is there multiple? Is there something that a version of God that no one's come up with? So who knows? I don't know. Who knows? I prefer not to think about these things.
Yeah, so don't send us super chats making us get all philosophy over here. All right.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that matters about that is, I guess, when you're gone, and right, and who knows? What does that matter then, right? I mean, I guess if you believe in a God, you believe in an afterlife, and then it matters because there's something after this. So I guess it matters to you then. But I guess I'm already looking at it from my own personal belief that there is none. So I guess I'm already doing it wrong.
I agree with you.
There you have it. Looney Tunes 9,000. Thank you for the 199. Mr. Mustache looks too damn nervous. Is he okay? Referring to the Nazi. I think his body was rejecting his thoughts. I think that's what happened in many such cases.
Biological propaganda filter.
Yeah, exactly. Philly in Canada, thank you for the 1312, the magic number. Thanks for the advice regarding the new West Tenants Union today. We're gearing up for an October municipal election by encouraging voters to get involved at a local level, like COPE did with Sean Orr. Awesome. This is an individual who emailed me. Sorry, it took me a while to get through the emails to get to you. But yeah, to people who were asking how do I get involved in local politics? You keep talking about, Lance. I was like, I would try to find orgs in your area that already are established because they have probably a lot of great support networks they've already built. Like I can tell you for the COP in Vancouver, their Discord has like all the events, all the rallies, all the things you need to attend. So it's really easy for someone like me who's got like, ADHD brain to find all that stuff. So in your local area, I would find whatever, local lefty organization is doing that and then go from there. Pirate D Strike, thank you for becoming a member. Near the Far World, thank you for the $2. Have you seen Oreshnik in action? Zeus IRL, USA's fucked? I have not. The Bay photo, thank you for the $4.99. Nick Shirley is absolutely getting assistance from the administration. He's in Minnesota with Dr. Oz right now to discuss fraud. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past. I think there's a difference between being an asset and being a useful funding agent, right? Like I think Nick Shirley, they certainly could be like, hey, do you want a free trip to Ecuador, film the prison, do a video on that, and he'd be like, oh sure, golly gee, and that would be like the whole thing. I think that's probably more likely than he's working with the CIA.
I also think they are working with him because they think, because of his age and him being a YouTube guy, that he's like speaking to a certain cohort they want to reach, like a younger demographic, and I don't believe that's the case at all. It's pretty clear that his viewership is like most right-wing content, skews old.
Yeah, also true. The Bay photo, thank you for the other $4.99. You think Nick Shirley is bad enough? Wait till you discover there's a growing army of Shirley copycats that are even dumber. I can't imagine. It's the Just a Prank Bro YouTubers, but basically they've all become political streamers.
Because they realize there's money in being a right-wing streamer. There's money in being a right-wing influencer. There's money in it. It's that simple. That's what they discovered. They'll run to a new niche when it's time. I mean, just like how gambling content was big, so a lot of let's play game streamers moved over to doing gambling shit. Every one of them just move on to the next trend because that's what it's all about for them. There's no like fucking purpose other than being a fucking star and making a lot of money.
Looney Tunes, thank you for the $4.99. This is why the search stream got nearly 1K views, brought to you by Jillian getting the L. Yeah, there's a lot of people laughing at the Sam Seder debates because he's funny. Old Man in Philly, thank you for the $10 during the whole Seder Michael's bit. I kept waiting for you to say thank God she ain't Canadian. Thanks for all the laughs tonight. I really appreciate that, Old Man in Philly. Thank you for all the
she's not Canadian, right? That's what you said?
No. She's like, my understanding is she's famous for being on The Biggest Loser. And
yeah, she was like the host or the head trainer or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I think she came back as a trainer after winning it, right? Like she was a Biggest Loser contestant turned.
No, I don't think she was a contestant. No, she wasn't. No. Yeah.
I've never seen the show.
Got it. Yeah, I haven't. Well, I was telling my chat, I was like, I
think it's really weird that she's doing this. Like YouTubers or whatever, it's not like there was anywhere to fall. Like to be a fucking major figure on one of the most popular network TV reality shows during a time where that shit, like I'm sure she was getting paid then, and then to like start doing political YouTube content, like what a fall from grace. Like I'm under no belief that this is some sort of a high-end career we're doing. This is like No one who says, "Oh, I want to be a political YouTube streamer when I grow up."
She's a colleague of ours now after being on The Biggest Loser and having licensed
like,
Nintendo
what a
DS
fall.
and Nintendo Wii games. That's crazy.
What a fall from grace! Seriously, like
Humiliating.
be a trainer trying to help people and doing it on TV is,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Finally, thank you so much to Prairie Fire Neb, the one and only, the legend, for the incredible $10 with the message, "Is it good comfort to me to know that I believe in the correct God? Praise be to Allah, and may the Prophet's blessings be upon you." You chose correctly. That's neat. Someone had to.
But I should point out for the racist Islamophobic people out there that that God is the same for the three major religions.
Mm-hmm.
They believe in the same God as much as they like to think.
The evangelicals won't want to hear that.
The xenophobes like to think that Muslim people are some sort of crazy. They believe in it's the same God for all those three religions: Judaism, Islam, and Christianity.
They don't know that Allah literally means God. They think that it's the name of a different God.
The Muslim God.
Yeah. Yeah, they literally think that, I swear to God.
Jesus, even Jesus, who is only the Son of God, and according to one religion, even Jesus is a major figure in Islam. They believe he's a prophet like Muhammad. They just don't think he's the Son of God.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's it for me, all. You guys can take it away. Have fun. Yeah.
Did you want to go first, Matt?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right. Go ahead and pull up or let me know what your first one is, and then I will try to
Tokyo
along.
Hans with a member for 34 months super chat, just here to pay my monthly. Thank you so much, Tokyo Hans. And then Tokyo Hans dropped 5 gift memberships. Thank you so much. Courtney Hayes with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Courtney. Matt, since TKO acquired WWE, the guys on Wrestle Talk News have been talking a lot about the unshittification of WWE. And they're even working on a video essay on this specific topic. Your thoughts? I actually was thinking about writing something on that, actually. And I was using that same phrase. I don't even watch Wrestle Talk News. That's great minds think alike, right? Oh, yeah, absolutely. The ads, the selling out of every single thing to put advertisements on everything, the ring apron, the cutting into like the paid events to fucking broadcast ads. The advertising of things in content, like wrestlers bringing up advertisement, it is ludicrous, and a lot of bad about Vince McMahon, but Vince McMahon would have never sullied the wrestling show, the wrestling product with that. He would have definitely. I mean, that's why he never did that. Let's go to Looney Tunes 9000 with a super chat. Wolf Blitzer looked like he wanted to puke on the damn camera on set. Well, yeah. That's describing it almost. Troy Moson 8975 with a $10 super chat. Thank you. It is amazing that 30% of Americans still support a narcissist, corrupt pedo president where he said he doesn't care about Americans' financial hardships. MAGA equals Jonestown. Right. I mean, they are. They find excuses for him all the time.
Did you hear about that interview from NPR with Trump supporters where one of them said that they still support Trump and the way that they are responding to higher grocery prices is for him and his wife to fast?
Oh, cool. Oh,
still support Trump.
That's cool.
Yeah, very much a cult, I think.
I mean, thank you, Trump. Your grocery prices that you've induced, thanks to the war in Iran, has given me and my wife a fantastic diet. We've lost 50 pounds.
It's okay, bud. We'll just fast. You keep on bombing those kids. I don't know what to do with these people.
Oh,
it's
I saw one of the Babylon Bee guys. Completely serious. It wasn't part of one of their jokes. So respond to a tweet. Someone said something about like how it's pretty amazing now how like every like lunch you buy when you're working is like $20. Like lunch has become so expensive. And he was like responded to it with like, 2 slices of bread, 18 cents. 2 slices of turkey from the deli, 34 cents. And it's like, are you being serious? Like, first of all, you can't even buy things in that quantity. You can't go to the grocery store and say, I'll have
Right.
two slices of bread for 20 cents. And also, that's not an accurate price, please. But it's amazing how all of a sudden now, the guys who are like, this is what they took from you.
Mm-hmm.
That was their rallying cry over and over again, right? Remember when we could go to Pizza Hut and buy a pizza and eat there with the red cups and our whole family would enjoy the Pizza Hut experience? This is what they took from you. Those same guys are now like, oh, just you could go and buy a can of beans, right?
We all got to tighten our belts, guys, for the greater good.
Amazing. This is what they took from you guys. Are now all of a sudden like, oh, just got to shop smarter, right?
It's crazy. I mean, Ronald Reagan swept to victory after that was part of Jimmy Carter's message. Like, yeah, we all got to come together and we've got to, make some tough decisions. I'm paraphrasing it, but like that was not very popular. And now right wingers are like, I'll starve for daddy. Fuck it. I'll die for it.
The majority of these people would rather feel real pain than have to admit for a second that they were duped or they were wrong. It's unbelievable.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, I don't know how anyone if I was a Trump supporter, I don't even know how, even as a Trump supporter, I could be like, oh yeah, those January 6th guys should get $1 million each.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems stupid, like short-sighted.
Right. It's indefensible.
If he gives money to those people, then I expect the next Democratic president to fucking give $1 million to every single left of center YouTuber and podcaster.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
Even
international ones. You better fund the Canadians too.
Yep.
I want my fucking DOJ funded lefty fucking for all the shit we've gone through for every Trump term, for the demonization of us,
mm-hmm.
The loss of revenue when these guys fucking buy up social media platforms and fucking like Twitter and make our shit impossible to find. I want the fucking $1 million fucking restitution. Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely. And if we can't get that, I'll settle for something I won't say happening on camera. I'll settle for a French style revolution. That's as far as I'm willing to go.
Mike wants Trump to suck his dick.
No, oh God. I would literally rather die, unironically. The thought of that is like revolting.
A little bit sloppy, Mike. I'm sorry. All right, let's go to Old Man in Philly with a super chat. $10 super chat. Great conversation tonight. Silly question. Is it wrong of me to correct people when they say the summer starts this weekend? Summer doesn't start till the Mermaid Parade kicks off. But wait, summer doesn't start this weekend. Summer starts in June, doesn't it? First day of summer. I know it's Memorial Day weekend, but when is the official start of summer? Is always in June, right? Yeah, June 21st, Memorial Day. I look at Memorial Day as like, oh, like the school year is winding down. It's time for that's how I always looked at Memorial Day. I never looked at it as the beginning of summer, though. Prairie Kowalski with a $10 super chat. Matt, you might be working and doing family stuff for 16 hours straight and say that is your excuse to not do Doomed. But Mike is doing those 16 hours gay and yet makes time for his members. Shaking my head. Yeah, I gotta figure it out. No, I know you're joking. I gotta figure it out. It's not just because I'm tired and I work a full-time job and I got 3 kids. It's also like, I was doing Doomed and then Scam Economy weekly for as long as I was doing it, and it was doing good. But like, it plateaued for a long time and it never really took off. So it's time to reconfigure and try something different, because I can't keep doing the same thing for years and years and years and it not like grow. You know what I mean? It's the cost of doing business analysis too.
Mm-hmm.
Although I do think there's room for scam economy. I just got to figure out how to do it. Tigwick plays games, right? I can't see his full yep. Appreciate you, Matt. That's all. That's the tweet. Oh, it's a $20 Canadian. Thank you so much. D Leopard XL with a super chat. I don't know, man. My folks have a goddess for each color of corn, each water spring, and how to care for it, and resistance against colonialism. It'd be like that. Hey, power to you. Satya Shravano 1. What are the chances we will be living in a much more socialist America by the time my 3-year-old son turns 18? Give me your honest prediction. Christ almighty, I don't know. If you were to ask me in 2016 during the primaries, I would have told you like we were on the cusp of an American socialist, revival or something. Didn't turn out that way, did it?
We've fallen back into Jim Crow, so
I honestly think
we gotta dig ourselves out of this hole first. I feel like
I honestly think like, and I want to be clear here. Clearly, like in terms of like civil rights and social justice, I feel like obviously that has moved forward. No matter how much the culture and the rhetoric tries to take us back, and that stuff has fallen back. The basic rights for people and how society at large treats them has certainly moved in the right direction, regardless. So I'm not opining to go back in time or whatever, but in a broader sense, I definitely think we have gone back big time in many ways, and I think we are living in a really bad time period. When you look at all things together, when you look at AI and the control tech companies have over our economy, and how they have the leaders in tech have abandoned those same social justice principles that they once pretended at least to espouse, and are now going like full bore, like right wing. I do think it's really bad that someone like Elon Musk can go out there and completely hijack the news cycle with rhetoric complaining about a black woman being cast in a movie, a Greek mythology movie or whatever, and other companies look the other way and still work with him and new things with his companies. I feel like that wouldn't have been the case not too long ago. Like that would have made you radioactive and no one would want to work with you anymore. But combined with like the prediction market stuff and stocks, and like no one cares about anything but making money anymore. Like that's truly all that it's about. It's strictly, and obviously capitalism has existed and people have always wanted to make money, but I think people would once upon a time think about, oh, I have a really cool idea that will make a lot of money, or I have a really good idea for a great product that'll make a lot of money. Now it's, I want to get rich quick. I'm going to put out shit, but it's going to make me a lot of money. I'm going to fucking do it. Like the quality of things, the care in actually solving problems is just gone. It's just all about it. I hate to, I'm not trying to sound promotionally, but it's literally a scam economy. The whole like multi-level marketing scheme is now what everybody wants to fucking do. It's just make money, make money, make money. You know, I think it's really bad and it's unfortunate, and I don't see how we come out of this. Honestly, I just don't. We have legitimized the idea of scamming people if you're able to make a lot of money out of it, and it's fine to do it, and there's no repercussions. It's I don't know what else to say, but that's what it is. And yeah, I think it's sad. Honestly, it really is. Like I don't want to live in a world like that. I think it's fucking depressing as shit. Honestly,
It doesn't have to be this way. It doesn't.
I mean it is, and I
It
don't see us.
sucks.
I don't see it going the other way. Honestly,
I
don't.
know. Same.
I feel like you see this a lot with young people. They're not like it's nice to see them stand up to AI and stuff, but you don't really see them taking a stand against this in a way that I wish they would. It's the enshittification of everything. I mean, I don't know what to say.
No, I feel you. I don't have a much more optimistic look. Kowalski does in the chat. I saw him say that by 2033,
I mean, no, but look
we'll be back
at
to
how
New Deal politics. So there's that.
Look at how the current administration is literally like enriching themselves left and right. Like Stephen Miller's wife has a podcast that gets like 50 views, and they're about to give her a multi-million-dollar deal for her podcast to go to Paramount or whatever.
Is she? I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's like it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how much time or effort you put into something. It doesn't matter. It's about knowing the right people, knowing the right shitty people, because the shitty people are the ones who get into power, because that's how you get into power. You're a fucking shitty person. You gotta treat people like shit. It's depressing. It really is depressing.
Jesus.
And so, like, just like, Jesus.
I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, I think about this shit all the time.
I was
think about it
reacting
all
to
the time.
Katie Miller's
Every
views
fucking-
on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was doing my own
every
little
fucking
research.
day. The January 6th, there's literally going to be a fucking pool of money put aside to pay off the people that Trump feels were wronged for supporting him, which means that like all the January 6th people who did what they did are going to fucking get payouts. Like literally they're going to get paid to have protested. And I'm saying that nicely in a way that like is analogous to how the right accuses the left of having paid protesters, and here they are actually going to pay their fucking protesting coup mongers or whatever. It's like, fuck. Like, what's the point? What's the point? Well, why go to school and fucking earn and study and earn a degree and fucking get a job in a field where even if you make six figures, it's going to pale in comparison to whatever the fucking toothless fucking asshole who fucking broke a window at the Capitol is fucking gonna get for just simply being there and supporting Trump. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's sad. Did you have any more, Matt?
Do you want me to have more? I think I shouldn't. I think I'm Satya Sharavo with another super chat. Well, our backup plan as an immigrant family was find a way to get to Germany, but AFD looks imminent there. I guess we're fucked. The Bay photo with a super chat.
Well, I mean, blue states are still decent to get to, right? Like I haven't traveled to the U.S. since the fascists took over, but I imagine the blue states are still pretty blue. They must feel like I have a lot of friends in L.A., a lot of friends in New York, and it's like L.A. I've heard is distinctly kind of fashy. Like you just see ICE on the streets and stuff, but New York feels very much like New York, or at least that's been the vibe they've told me.
I mean, I can't speak to New York, but blue states, I still do feel more safe, of course, but there is, and I think this is probably true for every city, but there is a much more vocal fascist presence in the city. They've kind of come out and made themselves known, but at the same time, you do see a lot of pushback from community members, even in like rural areas in Oregon. I can't speak to like Eastern Oregon, but around Portland, there is a lot more organization and just people who are willing to stand up for their immigrant neighbors and whatnot. Like if you go to Hillsborough, for example, near Portland, they are trying to help immigrant families who are afraid to leave their homes. So they're doing grocery shopping to them. They're taking their kids to school. And so like there is community to be found. If you look at Seattle, it's basically trans Mecca. In fact, the city is almost overwhelmed with the amount of domestic migrants they're getting because so many people are fleeing red states if they're able to. I'll pitch Portland as well. It's a lot like Seattle in the sense that it's a neoliberal hellscape and it's gentrified into oblivion, but the culture is really, really welcoming. And that goes a really long way if you're feeling like you can't be yourself. In Portland, I kind of feel like you could be yourself. Seattle, I think that's probably the same as well. You know, I've been to Seattle, but I don't live there. But, you know, these cities where you can at least feel like you can go outside and not get hate crimed in 10 minutes, that really does make a difference to your mental health. But it sucks because not everybody can do that. Like, you can't leave your job or your family and move across the country. So it really is a privilege to be able to do that. But if you have the ability, then, you know, I still think it's fine. I think you could be safe in that sense in the United States. That's why I tell people link up with like a queer buddy across the country. If you're in a red state, try to get to know somebody online, and you know maybe they'll roommate with you or something. You know, if they just moved as well.
Evan from Portland just donated to say, I counter Matt's doomerism with hope. Growing labor power and community organizing like the DSA isn't going to stop anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean that's a good thing. It's just we have a lot working against us, so it's tough.
I mean, honestly, the only way that I feel like we will turn around is if there's literally an administration that overlooks the law like the Trump administration does, but for our end of things, because the court, etc., will hold back any attempts to do anything, but they need to just not give a fuck and just fucking do things, like, and fucking supersede the law like the Trump administration does.
Yep.
And just fucking
totally
like
agree.
And then go after these people.
Mm-hmm.
And not give a shit about like what's said about like, oh, this is no, that's what we're doing. We're righting the wrongs, which means, we got to go after you.
Mm-hmm.
And we are. We're not even hiding it. This is what we're doing. But there's no one's going to get in like that, because even the most left potential person I can see getting in there, like an AOC, is still going to want to do the right thing for their own legacy. No one's going to want to be seen as the person who fucking like, because, but whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going through a lot right now.
No, but it's not. You're not saying anything that's unreasonable. I totally agree. I think that we need to have a Democratic Party that goes authoritarian against MAGA. We never crushed the South fully after the Civil War. We need to finish that project. We need to mandate education for all MAGA chuds. Give them community service, punish them for what they did, and for their ongoing racism. There needs to be a real reconstruction effort in this country. Like, we actually have to dismantle racism and fascism, and you can't really do that unless you punish these fucking people. That's the most I'm willing to say.
There's a Karl Marx quote that I always come back to that I really love, and it's, "We have no compassion, and we ask no compassion from you. When our turn comes, we shall make no excuses for the terror." And I honestly feel that 100%.
Yeah,
that's very metal.
Yeah, it is super metal. It's probably why it connects with me so much. I love it so much.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, that's how I feel. That's how I think.
You really understand why communists like Fidel Castro went above and beyond to root out fascists from the country and educate the population, because you just can't have a country with that much fascists. There's no way the country can survive. Maybe you can get by for a while, but they're going to rise up. I mean, the South has always told us, we're going to rise again. The South will rise again. And they're kind of doing it. They're bringing back Jim Crow. And we need to crush them once and for all. And I don't know how, this is all going to end. It feels like we're kind of in a cold civil war. But I fucking hate these people. And they could hate me too. But we have irreconcilable differences. And somebody said re-education. We have to do re-education, and to me, that's like the moderate approach. Otherwise, I don't, what do we do? Go to war with each other? We can't live like this. I'm sorry. We're not going to live under Jim Crow 2.0, some apartheid white ethno-state. I'm sorry. I refuse to accept that condition. And us blue states, we pay so much into the fucking federal government, and we get spit on in return. California puts more money into the federal government, and Trump is holding up funds for disaster relief and shit, millions of dollars in funds. That's literally taxation without representation. We did a fucking revolution for that. So I don't know any way out of this short of very revolutionary thinking. And the Democratic Party is not a revolutionary party. I'm not a revolutionary figure. So I don't know what to do. I don't know, but we have to be ruthless. That's the only way. Cause I don't know.
I got a few more super chats.
This one is for you too, from Bay Photo, I think.
The Bay Photo, yep. Elon's net worth is currently 800 billion. SpaceX IPO will make him the first trillionaire because Wall Street will pump it up regardless of SpaceX's financials. Right. I mean, the most we could, I think, hope for is that this shit just falls from under them, because the money's just not coming in. It's all a great big fucking Ponzi scheme. They're all propping each other up. I mean, I was reading I think it was Ed Zitron, who's great, an article he wrote, I think it was him, about how Anthropic, one of the big AI companies, is turning a profit for the first time. I forgot which way it was, but either Anthropic or SpaceX is turning a profit because the other one is covering for their AI costs or something like that. It's all a big fucking Ponzi scheme with all these companies. They're all fucking propping each other up, hoping the money's going to eventually be there. But eventually, this is all going to fall from under itself. I just don't know when. And I don't know how long these guys could go on for. John Deere, 3486 with the super chat. Have we talked about the Fox News face mask yet? I don't think we have. I do know what you're talking about. It's very weird. Usually I'm not someone who falls for these sorts of conspiracy theories because a lot of them are very easily explained and people are just fucking morons. But this one is very bizarre. Have you guys seen this?
I haven't heard of this. No. What is the Fox News face mask?
Hold on. Everyone's talking about it right now. Hold on.
Oh, wait. Is it that guy? There was something on his ear, a square, the former.
No, not player? Ear. No. Here it is. This is.
I don't know which guy that is. I don't know his name.
I'm going to drop this. It was a guest on Fox News. Here's pull it up on the screen. I mean, I've seen the full clip too. This is just someone's close up of it, but I've seen the full clip and this is not edited. This is from the actual unedited clip.
Yeah, I've never seen this. Okay. Let me go full screen. And make sure I actually share it. There we go. Okay.
In the eyes of the Iranian,
can you guys tell what's going on with this guy's neck?
Global economy, which they're holding hostage to. The more everybody comes,
it's way prominent for this to be a lighting thing or a camera thing or an angle thing, or you know what I mean? It's not It's not your eyes playing tricks on you. This is something.
Threatening the Straits of Hormuz.
Is this real or is this an AI video?
No, this is real. This is real. Here, let me find the original.
There's other footage that exists of the original stream. Like it's been tracked down because it's very easy to make it look like it's someone filming a TV that's now been AI doctored.
No. This is here. Here's a clip of the full segment, not doctored.
He could also just have like skin that flaps over, right?
That's really that's over the I've never seen it. Listen, I've seen people with wrinkly necks, no problem at all. This looks like something more than that.
This could be the necklace to end all necklaces. Let me see.
Yeah, like
oh wow.
If it's a neck pussy and it's not actually like, I mean, hey, I'm ready for any possible theory here.
Is it a necklace? Could it be a necklace? Wait, press play. Maybe someone said it could be a necklace.
We were saying necklace-y, to be clear. I didn't suggest it's a necklace. Could be a necklace though.
Like a choker? I don't know why.
No,
60-something-year-old man be wearing
like
one
that.
of those. No, the way it's moving, that black hole gets bigger. If it was a necklace, it would move, but it wouldn't get bigger. You know what I mean?
He could be someone because of smoking or whatever that had that hole opened up in their throat.
No, because there's video of him. There's video of him from a couple of weeks ago, and he does not have that.
Oh, okay.
But he was looking a little bit different. He was looking a little bit different.
Well, I mean, I'm running out of theories to.
Have they ruled out if this is an alien wearing the skin of a human?
Yeah, because that's what it looks like. I mean, I'm not gonna ignore the fact that it does very much look like a person wearing a skin mask.
Yeah,
it looks exactly like that, right?
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't.
That's weird.
I mean, my instinct is to think that it's a shadow, but like you said, it. I mean, it's partly a shadow.
It grows,
but
it gets bigger. None of the usual explanations for these things make sense.
Well, the internet says it's a double shadow. Apparently, the Snopes, it's not an official Snopes thing, but what I'm seeing is like people saying it's a different light source for creating the shadow.
Yeah, like his collar.
Yeah,
on the right side.
Or skin suit, or lizard man.
Look how, I don't know. I think it's very weird. I'm not saying it's a mask. It's just, I don't know what explains it. When you see him talk, the way it moves around, it's very bizarre.
It is very strange.
And it's taking the internet by storm. Everyone's talking about it.
Yeah, it kind of mirrors his mouth. Like it's a second mouth.
I like how you're like, it's the nussy to end all nussies.
He's just busting it wide open on national television for everybody to see. It's kind of crazy. I don't know, man. It's like talking.
What shadow is like? I'm trying to understand if that's a shadow, where it could be coming from.
It's matching the movement of his lips almost. Like, do you notice that? Look at it. Oh my god.
Well, now I can't unsee it.
It's like if the what's his name from Mars movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, that was creepy. You cut out and went fuzzy exactly when you said, "Oh, it's happening again." Oh, you're being silenced.
Total Recall.
He's on to the truth.
Were you silenced?
No, I cut out.
Yeah, you went all garbly for a while, multiple times. It's exactly when you were about to reveal something.
It looks like if Quado, right? That was his name from Total Recall. Oh, yeah. It looks like if instead of his stomach, though, it's coming out of his neck.
Quado. Everyone needs
Quado. Or Krang from the Ninja Turtles.
That was just a giant brain in a cube.
I don't know what the fuck that is, but he needs to put that thing away. Don't take it out on television, sir. Please.
Very weird.
I gave me the heebie-jeebies.
Clay Rock 10 with a $10 super chat. Did you notice the whitewashing of San Diego mosque white supremacist murderers? At first, the cops and media kept calling them equal opportunity killers. MAGA then lied about 9/11 mosque ties. What? I gotta be honest, I didn't follow it too much other than knowing that these guys were wearing Well, first of all, the main thing to describe them is they were, they idolized mass shooters, mass shooters specifically. I do think the mass shooter
specifically
from my understanding of these two, the mass shooter idolization comes first, and then everything else is secondary to match. You know, were they white supremacists? Probably. He mentions being a white supremacist in his manifesto.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely they were. There's no question about it. Like, this is one of those cases where it's like there's the manifesto is quite clear. They hate the Jews, they hate trans people, they hate gay people, they hate black people, they hate everyone.
Even that, right? But even that comes next to their idolization of the mass shooters. They called the Christchurch shooter Saint Tarrant. They called him a saint. Like that's who they looked up to.
Well, a lot of those groups that radicalize youth into these programs, they do that. There's fucked up graphics you can see where they have all these. They're all like sainted and they're called martyrs and stuff. Like it's fucked up.
Right.
Yeah.
And they were wearing the Black Sun Nazi sign. The sonogram. They were wearing what else? There was something else I remember seeing. I can't remember.
I think this is referring also to the fact that Lauren Chen falsely accused them of being trans, and then Elon Musk retweeted
because one of them had long hair. That's why that
was the level of evidence presented, but she deleted it. So clearly, I don't know if she's worried that she's currently really risking blown arrest in Canada, because she's under a lot of heat for the tenant scandal already. So I don't know if that's what she was scared about.
Like I was talking about before, though, this is one of the reasons that like Elon Musk retweeted her, her false claim, and then after she deleted it, he sought out another tweet calling them trans shooters and retweeted that to make up for it. Like he wanted that out there.
Yeah, he has the same beliefs as the shooters. This is the reality. They both hate trans people. The shooters hated trans people, wanted trans people to die. Elon Musk hates trans people and wants trans people to die. This is one of the reasons why they're trying to distract everybody. And to the 9/11 stuff, that's what Crowder and all these other weirdos were making videos on, basically how everyone is being too empathetic towards Muslims because of this. And then they would do highlight reels of all the violence Muslims have done. It was really kind of this feels like September 12th kind of stuff, 2001. What the fuck are we doing here? It was really weird.
Right. But what my point is, that should be something that ruins him. You should not be able to do that. You should not be able to I don't care what his beliefs are. I don't care, but you should not be able to be someone of his stature, a mega figure in the business world, and fucking purposely spread outright lies and disinformation to spread hate in that way. I feel like there was a time where if you did that, you would be done. Your companies would be done. And
he got more smoked for smoking weed than he has gotten for any of this shit for posting full-blown Nazi stuff. If you remember, because that was the time when corporate CEOs and stuff, for your public image, you couldn't just roll around, smoke a bunch of joints and drink with Joe Rogan. That was a big thing when that happened. And nowadays he's just a full overt fucking white supremacist and does nothing to
There's no one in that world who wants to. They all just care about making money. All 100%. There's no line that can be crossed. That can't be crossed, excuse me. There's no line that can't be crossed if you can make someone money. You can do whatever you fucking want. Trump joked about how he could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and still have supporters, right? Elon Musk can literally fucking shoot someone, and the business world would still fucking work with him and look the other way because they think he will make them money. I do feel like that wasn't always the case. There was some sort of basic stance where people were like, I'm willing to lose a little bit of money to take a stand because I don't want myself and what I've created to be associated with something that I don't like. That's out the window now. There's no line that can't be crossed. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I was just taught that way growing up, and I was a fool growing up in the 90s, and that this was happening then. Maybe. I don't remember it, but who knows?
You're not wrong. I feel like our standards as a country have just completely collapsed, and it's a result of the Trump era in particular. There's just everybody thinks that they can get away with anything because Trump gets away with everything. So people are saying slurs again. They're being shitty because there's no accountability. There's no consequences. As much as they complained about cancel culture, there's no such thing as canceling anymore. Even if you're a pedophile, the president of the United States was accused of molesting a 13-year-old girl. There's nothing that is beyond the pale for Americans anymore, just so we put up with it. You have a fucking Nazi CEO and a bunch of companies still advertise on Twitter. It's just, I don't know.
Well, according to the SpaceX filings, Twitter has lost like $500 million all from advertising. They are fucked. If they weren't owned by SpaceX now, Again, though, I feel like that's more of a cost of, Twitter wasn't making them money anymore because Elon Musk ruined it. So that's why they did it. That's why they stopped advertising there. I don't think anyone really fucking took a stand.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was simply, he ruined it and it's not making us money anymore. So that's why.
Mm-hmm. It almost makes me long for the days of like even rainbow capitalism, because like at least, these corporations were like, hey, we're going to pander to you, with the gay flag. We're going to change our logo to the gay flag for a month. But now they're like, fuck queers. You can say the T slur again. You can call gay people the F slur again on our platforms. It just feels like everything is so bad. Like the worst of the worst is being enabled and emboldened in our society. And I think that's really, really unhealthy. Like, I don't want this to have a long-term effect on generations, but I feel like it will, because this is not a healthy environment. Okay.
I think that's it for me. Oh, wait, over on Twitch, let me just say really quick. Lux Progressive, thank you so much for the raid.
Okay, so we've got Lord of the Viltrumite says, why do a lot of libs and leftists act as if Graham Plattner is the real-life conquest? They think he was like, stand ready for my arrival, Iraqis. I'm not really sure what you mean by conquest.
I'm not 100% sure either, but what I think is you're referring to his previous comments about being in the war, and he wasn't as critical, I guess. I mean, listen, people change. People change. Also, when you're in the military, there's a bravado I'm sure you have from being with other military people. Is it ideal that he had those views? No, of course not. But it's great that he changed and has woken up to the horrors of it, and he no longer feels the same way, obviously. He moves in the right direction.
Conquest is a villain from Invincible, is what the chat's saying. Okay. Oh, I should have tied that together because Viltrumites. Yeah. Okay.
I think that what I would say about Plattner and this race is that he is the Democratic nominee. This is what the libs, the Democratic establishment, the centrists have constantly said to those few leftists who fucking are adamant about not voting for the Democratic nominee when their person doesn't win. But now we're seeing this with those people actively still trying to hurt Plattner. Plattner is the Democratic nominee. At this point, to go at him, not saying you can't criticize someone to expect better of them. Always for a politician, you should expect more from and better of. But to go at him with the intent to hurt him, which I'm seeing a lot of people do, is basically saying at this point you want the Republic, you want Collins to win. He is the only person who will be able to unseat her because he's the Democratic nominee. That's your choice. To say you're not going to vote for him. All right. I mean, If you're not in Maine, who gives a shit? But if you're in Maine and you're one of those people, you're just saying you want the Republican to win. Listen, I've been there. I've held my nose and voted for every Democrat up and down the line. I've done it. You got to do it.
Yeah, I mean, look, I have very strong criticisms of Plattner, his platform and his past comments, and I just don't trust him. That being said, I hope he wins because it's him or Susan Collins. I hope he proves me wrong.
I don't think Plattner is someone who's going to be like that. I don't.
I hope not.
I don't think he's a Fetterman, that's for sure. And I don't think he's. I think people are seeing someone who changed over the years, who was like, but it's not like he was a far right winger or something. He just had sort of unsophisticated thoughts while also maintaining sort of the same politics throughout. Like he's always had, if you look at his old writings, these sort of like, without realizing it, sort of like progressive ideas. But then he would combine it with sort of, I guess, immature wording or actions. You know, that's it.
Yeah,
really.
The old tweets and stuff. I mean, that's not my like. It doesn't matter because I'm not voting. My problem is that I don't like the way that he talked gleefully about killing people and never spent a day in jail for killing Iraqis.
When was that? When were those? When is that from? When him talking?
I don't remember when it was. It was like in the 2010s. There like just from a personal perspective, it made me feel very gross that he could talk about killing human beings that way and then not like really do anything to hold himself accountable. I hope that he has genuinely changed, but it still makes me feel uneasy to know that he did that. You know what I mean? And I can't just like put that aside. I hope he's a great senator. I hope that he's not like a Fetterman, but I can't like unsee that comment of him talking about that. It feels like I can't just like, well, he supports Medicare for all, so I can put aside the fact that he killed brown people. It's hard for me to overlook that. I understand why people are because we have two options. But that's just my issue, and it's something that is a problem that I'm struggling to overcome. But that's just where I'm at, you know, if I'm being honest, cards on the table.
Right.
But I understand why people would want him to win over Susan Collins because he, again, for the most part, he has good politics when it comes to Medicare for all. He talks about genocide, so I think that that's great. So, you know, that's my thoughts on it.
No, absolutely. I completely agree on that. I mean,
yeah. Okay. Daniel said, no, Daniel became a member. Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate you. Real John Lithium, thank you so much for the gifted membership. Asterisk 36, thanks for the 10. Any of you following Butch Ware's run for CA governor would love to see you guys react to his new Matrix Green Pill ad. Yeah, so that's another person who I don't trust. He, if I'm remembering correctly, he threw trans people under a bus. He attacked Olaimi Olurin and basically called her like a fraud for not wanting Trump to win, essentially. So yeah, he has great politics. I don't even know if he's on the ballot in California. And like, you know, I probably agree with most of his politics more, but that's another situation where you're all kind of SOL. You've got shit options, right? You've got a Green Party candidate who we probably theoretically agree with more, although I take strong issue with his trans position and also maybe his abortion position. I don't remember. It's been a while.
Who is this and what?
He was I think he was the VP for Jill Stein in 2024.
Oh boy.
But somebody says they have the same position on Mark Wahlberg. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, that's kind of like, that's my position. So I'm glad you can kind of understand. But also in California, I really don't know what I would do because if you look at like fucking Tom Steyer on paper, he sounds great. The problem, he's a fucking billionaire. It's so hard for me to overlook that fact because instead of using his wealth to end homelessness in his state, which he has enough money to literally do, he's trying to get himself power. And yes, he's saying all the right things. Maybe he is a class traitor. I don't know what's in his heart, but it makes me uneasy and I can't unsee the fact that he got his wealth because he had investments in the worst industries ever. So I think that these are things that I will never be able to get over. If I were voting, I would have to think more seriously about it, but I'm not in California, so I just kind of feel uneasy because, like, okay, there's Javier Becerra, basically openly neoliberal, pro-corporate, and then you've got Katie Porter, who's like attacking Tom Steyer for being a billionaire, yet she doesn't support the wealth tax in her state. So it's just a clown show, and I'm thankful that I don't have to, I guess, figure out who to vote for because I don't know what I would do. I genuinely do not know if I could ever vote for a billionaire. It is very, very, very tough for me to get past that because I do not believe anybody should have enough wealth to buy themselves a position of power. I'm fundamentally against that. But like, what would I do in a situation where it's a general election and it's a billionaire who's like somewhat progressive and a Nazi? It's like, I don't want the Nazi to win, so do I like vote for the bill? It's like, first of all, I just fucking hate that our system does this. Duverger's law is a curse. The fact that we always have to choose between like 99% Hitler and 98% Hitler is insufferable. If I had my way, I would redesign the whole fucking system. We'd have mixed member proportional representation. We would not be doing this. But these are just the things that I struggle with, right? And I know that people won't agree with my calculations. It's like, take yes for an answer. He's a billionaire, but he's saying all the right things. That's the best you can hope for. We're already a shitty democracy, so who cares? I understand the pragmatic element to it, and I'm trying to be more pragmatic myself. Like I've been bitching, like I've been the guy bitching about how progressives need to drop out and endorse each other if they can't win. So I understand that from the pragmatic angle, but I still can't like remove the internal moral conflict that I feel with these kind of things. I hope that makes sense. Like, I'm not trying to like go out of my way to shit on progressive candidates, and I don't want to be a wrecker, so I just keep my mouth shut. But those are my thoughts. Looney Tunes.
That's why I'm staying silent. Good luck in your election. Good luck in your election in a state I don't live in a country I don't live in, and good luck.
Yeah, it's like I have my disagreements. I feel the same way, Lance. I don't feel the need to vocalize my disagreements. I don't want to embolden, Republicans in any way and fascists. And there's a lot that I really like about Graham Plattner as well. Like, I'm not trying to like needlessly shit on him, but I have serious issues that I struggle to just like put aside. If I'm being honest. Mike's Santa Claus beard is better than Mr. Mustache Guy's fake as hell beard. Well, thank you so much. The Bay photo says, I don't think they're withholding data. The DNC seems more likely to tell the consultant writing the autopsy to avoid Israel-Palestine altogether. I think that that's a possibility. Or, as I said earlier, maybe he picked Paul Revere so that way he would give him the results that he wanted. But who knows, right? Either way, like the trust is broken with the DNC, so I don't know. One and only Smithy, thanks for the 5. Blue MAGA is the worst opposition money can purchase. We need an opposition party. It is agonizing to see this country go to shit and have almost no pushback. I cannot tell you how. I mean, I can tell you all know, but like I can't express how fucking demoralizing it is. Lizzie Bennett, thanks for the 5. Seen that interview with Bartiromo did with Fetterman? He was like, I blame Iran. 2 milliseconds later, he's like, I don't blame Iran, and said America's 50 years old. I did see that. I genuinely don't understand how this man has not resigned. I mean, I understand why he hasn't resigned, but it's just he very clearly is not well. He has severe brain damage from his stroke. That's why he became a Republican after all. But he can't even speak. His brain is chocolate pudding, and he's just sucking off Trump on national television, talking about how the ballroom is amazing. And yeah, America's 50 years old. It's so embarrassing. But Fox News is like, yeah, hey, he's going to shit on Democrats, so let's bring on this brain-damaged fucking ogre to shit on them. We'll take what we can get. Cartoon says, you see that Christian nationalist tax fund rally? I did not see that. And I don't want to look, but thank you for letting me know, Cartoon. Cartoon also says, I forgot to mention in the Zoom live chat last week, I also saw Obsession a few weeks early before national release. It was an awesome batshit horror film. Okay, I've never heard of Obsession, but it'll be on my radar because you have good taste typically. Chris Corcoran says, to go full Fetterman, you got to have a stroke first. I think that's a fair point, honestly. Yeah. Ryan Chan says the Massie race, not to get conspiratorial, but it seems like things are not adding up. His opponent did like 0 rallies, avoided debates, and won.
Isn't it a historic APAC funded?
Yeah, I was going to say it adds up if you look at the bill, because there were so many ads. And so a lot of boomers voted for Massie's opponent, and television ads are like, that's where the boomers get hooked. And they were literally running AI ads of Massie. I think there was one where he's holding hands with Ilhan Omar and AOC, making it seem like they had a fucking menage a trois. I'm not joking. And in some of the exit polls you could look at, they cited that ad. They thought that it was inappropriate behavior for him. So, I mean,
he had a threesome with the squad. That's the ad. I can't respect a man. It's one
let
thing
me
to
see if I
have
can
a threesome.
find the ad.
Oh my god, that's insane.
I mean, it was very clearly AI. We would see it, but boomers who watch Fox News.
No, I know.
They would not.
That's wild. So that's how easy it is now. That's all you got to do. It's just like, well, think of something that'll make them all reject candidate A, run the prompt and spit it. That's it.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I found it. It's like fake security camera footage of them holding hands. Oh, no, it's not even fake security camera footage. It's just the footage of them holding hands. That's AI generated. Okay.
Thomas Massie caught in a throuple in Washington. He's cheating with the squad on the America First movement. Massie voted with the squad against Trump's tax cuts. Massie voted with the squad against finishing Trump's wall. He voted with them against hiring new border agents. Well, this is worse than it's a complete and total betrayal of President Trump and Kentucky conservatives. On May 19th, fire Thomas.
Like, is that not crazy? That should be illegal.
But it's so funny that it's clearly a really tacky lowbrow attack ad, and they actually thought it was like literal footage of him having a threesome.
They think he's having sex with the squad. So it does add up, Ryan. You just got to look at those ads, because these television ads, I don't think you understand. They blast the shit out of these television ads. Younger people, we don't see it because we don't watch traditional television. But if you go to your parents' house, if they have TV, just watch one TV show. Every commercial is ad after ad after ad after ad. Like, it is non-stop. I'm like stunned because I don't see commercials very often because I don't watch traditional TV. I watch Netflix and Crunchyroll. And YouTube. So I'm not, and I have the fucking YouTube Premium. So I'm never seeing ads. So when I actually get a sense of how ubiquitous and nonstop they are, it genuinely is stunning. Also, Ryan Chan says Jasmine Crockett endorsed against Cori Bush. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me because she's not a progressive. She is a corporate Democrat. Sir Gerbil says, didn't Mitt Romney's grandfather have to flee to Mexico when the U.S. government stopped allowing their sect of Mormons to practice bigamy? I don't know, actually. This is the first time hearing of it.
There's a Vice documentary, like a YouTube video on it from long ago, but I think that's true.
Okay, interesting.
I'm as confident as ChatGPT is about things.
Okay.
I'll say 70%
Okay.
correct on that. Yeah.
That's a high level of confidence in America. That's significant. ABS asks, "Hey Mike, just had a good interview for Hey Mike, just had a good interview for a possible internship. That's amazing. Also got my results back. It seems it could be an autoimmune disease of the liver." Okay, yeah. So on our last Zoom call, ABS was talking about how he was having liver issues, and it was like one of 3 different things. And he seems like he finally has some answer. So I don't remember if the autoimmune disease was the one that was the most treatable, ABS, but I hope that now knowing what it is going to at least give you a little bit of closure and put you on a path towards recovery, because that's not fun. That's really scary to deal with that kind of shit. And also congratulations on the interview. So I'm happy to hear that. Looney Tunes says, I'm sorry, but the Jillian debate was pure comedy. Jillian looked like a broken AI bot that needed to be recharged. It honestly was comedy. I didn't watch it when it came on my YouTube feed, and I'm like, no, fuck this. I love Sam, but I can't listen to Jillian Michaels for 2.5 hours. It honestly, I'm a little bit intrigued now. It looks kind of funny.
If you don't want to give her the clicks, my video on it will be out tomorrow morning.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Perfect. It's better. I always like to listen to somebody break it down as well and give additional context. And yours are the best lands. So I'm gonna check it out. Celeste says she has a new pinned comment. Oh, on the Jillian Michaels video. Let me check and see what that was. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull that up. The Ultimate Clash. Okay, her pinned comment says, to all my new fans coming from Cedar's corner of the internet, do you guys have a collective name like the Groypers so I know for the future? Oh, she is so mad. Also, do you realize your guy was on his laptop the whole time, right? Wild of me to think that fact-checking my own claims when he incorrectly said they were wrong was the move. Anyway, let's do the angry co-host next. What do you think? Wow. That's crazy.
No one's saying you can't use a laptop, although like obviously it's going to slow everything down if you have to like look every single thing that you discuss up. But like the difference is that you were feeding everything directly into an AI chatbot and taking whatever it spit out as gospel. That's it's fun, including the times when it corrected her and agreed with Sam, and she would still put it on screen as if it like somehow proved something. And then you could just be like, yes, that's exactly what I'm talking about. 1,700 deaths, like right there, you know?
Right. And you only have to rely on that if you have no pre-existing knowledge, if you know nothing about history, no facts, if you've only like jumped in this last year to this political sphere and you're trying to act like you know, but you can't. So you use ChatGPT. Like you would use a laptop occasionally to fact check something that they bring up or to see what context they're using a particular statistic in or whatever, right? But if you don't have a base knowledge on anything like she does, then you have to rely on ChatGPT and AI, and that's objectively fucking embarrassing and hilarious. Not objectively, almost, but it's fucking it's embarrassing and pathetic. Anupam, thanks for the $9.99. Says, let's see, in GASC race, motivated Democratic voters went for a right-wing judge because the race was nonpartisan and they didn't know who the lefty was. Supreme Court will likely stay 9-0 GOP. Bruh, I saw that about the Supreme Court race in Georgia. I was watching Philip DeFranco talk about this, and basically there were two Democrats campaigning, same platform. They were campaigning together, and the problem was that they're all nonpartisan races, so you don't know who the Democrat is, who the Republican is. And one of the Democrats got more votes than the other Democrat, but they both still lost. And so, like, clearly nobody knew what the fuck it was, who was who. So I guess they were, like, guessing based on who had a Republican name. I guess they couldn't Google it beforehand. I don't know. What a clusterfuck. Failure on probably the local party for not doing enough to get their names out there. I mean, it was an uphill battle, right? It's Georgia, but 9-0 is a fucking... That's a bummer, man. Old man in Philly. Thank you for the 10. Thanks a lot for the laughs this week. We need them. You're welcome. You're welcome. Glad I can make you laugh. What's the over-under of DSA candidates to win House and Senate races this year? Rabs a lock. Milat Kuros looks really strong in CO. Yeah, I think... I don't want to say because I'm always wrong, and also because I'm very cynical, and I think we want to ride the wave of hopium. So we'll just say that, like, I'm going to assume they're all going to lose, and when they win, it'll be a pleasant surprise, so that way I'm not disappointed and crash out like the Cat Abu Gazella race, because that really took the wind out of my sails for a bit. But thankfully, the Chris Rabb victory has rejuvenated me. And like this all is why I don't try to follow electoral politics as closely as I used to because it is mentally draining. But I'm feeling good, and I hope that things continue in this direction. We'll just say that. That's as specific as I can be, unfortunately. Not really Rachel Atwood. Hey, Rachel. Are the straights allowed to say Straggit? I believe they're the only ones who can say Straggit. And we have to ask them for the pass for that one. I don't know, Matt, are we allowed to say that? Not that you're a Straggit. I would never say that towards you, but are we allowed to say that?
Yeah, I think you can.
Okay,
I give you.
I give you the pass, Rachel. Tigwig plays games. Thanks for the 20. Very generous super chat. Tigwig is always making it rain on us. Thank you so much, Tigwig. Lovely show tonight, Mike. I'm excited to hear Sam make use of his new hall pass. Thoughts on when he might bust it out? Well, I wouldn't know because it's only to be used at home. If he says it on air, that's a swift penalty, and he's gonna have to do community service specifically for me if he violates that. So we won't know. It'll just happen if he chooses to use it. Tara says AOC went to Trump country to fight data centers. I love to see that. I think that's actually a great strategy. It makes sense because nobody wants these fucking data centers in their backyard. Kowalski, thanks for the 10, Kowalski. Super El Nino is expected to hit by late July. It will cause immense stress to the food systems, monsoon rain failures in Southeast Asia, South American floods, and Trump war fertilizer shock 2027, Arab Spring 2. Yeah, that's one thing I keep coming back to, Kowalski. I feel like we're only at the beginning of this shit. We're going to feel some real economic pain, and it's going to get rough. And my only hope is that Americans understand that this was the direct result of this dipshit Donald Trump, and they understand once and for all that climate change is real. That's not going to happen. What the fuck am I saying? Bare minimum, I hope they blame Trump for all the shit. He's accelerating what was already inevitable, in my opinion. But sometimes things have to get worse before they get better. And my only hope is that there's a light at the end of the tunnel because we're going to be in for some pain. W.I. Postjen says, why did you stop doing the Twitch live streams? I think I just got burnt out. I'm trying to not do as much because my mental bandwidth has really been drained in the Trump era. At some point, maybe I'll resume live streams. I think if I were to do any extracurricular activity, it would be interviews. I've been thinking about doing interviews with various people, different historians, experts, podcasters, just shit like that. I gotta think about it more. If I can make it entertaining, because long form content for me is very difficult to make entertaining. I think I'm better in shorter bursts and videos. So I'm letting the idea marinate a little bit in my head, but maybe one day the Twitch streams will come back. But for now, I'm just kind of I'm burnt out, man. Rachel Atwood says May 21st is Circassian Genocide Recognition Day. Oh, okay. Thank you for letting us know about that. I hope I said that right. I probably did not. But thanks for sharing that. Rochelle Dingra, thank you for the $10. It says, I wanted to make a suggestion, but YouTube not allowing sending super chat in support anyway. Oh, I'm sorry that YouTube is not allowing you to do that. Is your comment getting picked up in the comments by the spam filter? Sometimes, just FYI, sometimes it does that if there is redundancy. If it takes a while to post and you think it didn't post, but you post your comment again, sometimes it'll automatically flag that as spam. YouTube's flags filters are very sensitive. The problem is if you remove them, then you get a bunch of slurs and shit like that, and a bunch of sex bots. So it's not a perfect situation, but it makes it a little bit more tolerable. Although there are people who are casualties and they get filtered in to that, and it sucks. But I'm sorry you weren't allowed to say your piece. Chemical Dragon, thanks so much for the 20. Very generous super chat. Mike, with how corrupt FIFA is, do you think this World Cup in the USA should be boycotted? Every aspect of how it's been managed is a shit show in the US. I hate that we're hosting this under Trump. So sad fans can't come. Well, I mean, I'm probably like the worst person in the world to ask this question to because I'm already boycotting it. I've boycotted every FIFA. But just as a non-enjoyer of football, I would say yes, I hope that it's boycotted because America doesn't deserve this privilege to have the World Cup hosted here. I think that we've been a shit country. We cause chaos and terrorism throughout the world. So I feel like it should be taken from us and given to a different country. Perhaps one of our victims in particular, because this is just not okay. So yeah, and as you said, you know, how are people supposed to come to this? That's one thing I was talking to my husband about the other day. It's like, how are people from countries supposed to come here and enjoy this when they're under threat if they're not white? That's just, it doesn't make any sense. And I know that some hotels are kind of like shooting themselves in the foot because they charge like 300% more.
I saw that.
And they ended up having to drop the price a lot, I think, to below the surcharge because, you know,
it's really messed up though, because if people don't understand how FIFA works, because I'm hosting it as well. We're a host city, Vancouver. Your city pays out, I think our estimates are around close to $1 billion to do all this building, infrastructure, security, all this kind of stuff. And then the idea, because it's all the taxpayers paying for it, whether or not you agree with it or not, the idea is there's going to be a windfall in tourism to your economy. And then in so doing, that like, all of the shops, the stores, the hotels, the restaurants, it's going to be, you know, very plentiful for everybody. So it'll help everybody in that. But for like parts of the US, they're struggling because like so many of the hotels are empty. People don't want to go. The tickets are so fucking expensive that like, you know, general purchasers are priced out. Like most people I know who are massive football fans hate FIFA. Like the most diehard football fans are also like, fuck FIFA. It's such an evil like fucking organization.
Yeah, I've heard that too. Like I don't know much about FIFA, but I do know that their fans fucking hate them because of how corrupt they are as an organization. Kowalski says, thank you for the 10, Kowalski. Very kind of you. Businessmen used to having principles during World War I. The wealthy and connected forced their sons to fight because they actually believed in the Republic. Capital is now global, no loyalty. Yeah, I agree with you, actually. There was a buy-in to the country. There was a buy-in to the project of, you know, we're all in this together. We're Americans. Of course, not black people. They never accepted black people. But, like, there was a little bit more of a national identity in some ways.
Or Native
gays. Yeah. Yeah. Like, there was a bit of a collective identity for the worthy people in their eyes, right? But yeah, I mean, our national identity is just non-existent now. I mean, just like I identify as an Oregonian before I call myself an American. It's kind of like how if you look, I mean, these are older polls. Younger people in the EU would, you know, say that they're in the EU before they say they're in Germany. That's an example. I don't know, like it might vary from country to country, but yeah, I just like there is no national pride anymore. There's no national identity whatsoever. But yeah, I mean, like business people didn't go out of their way to fleece their workers. They were greedy, but they wouldn't bleed them dry like they do today. So yeah, I agree with your point, you know, for the most part. Okay, Chris Corcoran, thank you for the 5. Did you see the Mallory McMorrow interview with Matt Bernstein? Yes, I did. By the way, she also backed out of an interview with the Michigan-based leftist podcast, Head in the Office. Oh, okay. I didn't know that she was in talks with Head in the Office as well. They're great. You should all check them out. Head in the Office is a good podcast. Yeah, I watched it. It was absolutely humiliating, and I cannot fathom why she chose to do this, especially knowing that Emma would be there too. I think that Matt and Emma did amazing. And the takeaway is that she does not support Medicare for all because there's not enough votes for it, so she's not going to add to the votes. Also, we have to get to universal healthcare faster. And, you know, even though Medicare for all would do it all in one fell swoop, she's going to support a public option. And also, she believes that Israel's committing a genocide, but she doesn't want to say it's a genocide because it hurts people's feelings. So that's the takeaway. I just don't know how that's not like career suicide, if I'm being honest. It was extremely delegitimizing. You could just tell she's full of shit. Creflo $50. And I've got only a couple left, so we're almost out of here, guys. Creflo $50. Thank you for the 5. I don't know if you cover this, but who is this Marine Galindo lady, and why is AOC endorsing her opponent, who is pro-ICE and pro-Israel? Okay, we actually did cover this. In the VOD, there's going to be timestamps, so be sure to check that out. I titled the segment Marjorie Taylor Blue. So check that out. We kind of go on a journey and figure this out together because, like, I don't think any of us were really following this closely. So we kind of, we share our uneducated thoughts on that. Rachel Atwood says Massie should run as a libertarian. He could win. Honestly, yeah, I'm all for that. I hope he runs as an independent, split the vote. Fuck it. Rachel Atwood also says, did you see Chaya Rychik try to drag Beth Andres Beck on Twitter? They're a non-binary candidate for Massachusetts 6, and this was a huge campaign PR boost. I did not see that, but the fact that it was a boost is kind of encouraging to see, just because it shows you that Chaya Rychik doesn't have the political clout that she once had. I think she's a bit washed because she's still defending Donald Trump, even though she's like the pedophile hater, and she's defending Trump through the Epstein files. And there's like it seems like there's a new Republican that gets caught doing pedophilia or having CASM, and not a single mention from Chaya Rychik. So maybe that's why she's losing political capital. But I mean, we've seen people come and go. They kind of have relevance for a little bit, and then that popularity wanes. So it is nice to know at least she's more of a joke, to where if she attacks somebody, they get a campaign boost instead of death threats. I mean, I'm sure they got that too, right? But, you know, at least there was some good that they could take away from it. Pluvius says, if you decide on interviews, try Riverboat Jack. Her effort for her community, join Infiltrate the Dems and DSA at the same time, might give some hope. Yeah, I mean, like, if I do interviews, I will do interviews with everybody, for sure. All my leftist streamers and YouTubers and whatnot. I need to figure out like what I want to talk about, what I want to interview people about, try to workshop it, make it entertaining. Creflo $50. Thank you for the 10. NJ transit train tickets are $98 to get to MetLife Stadium when they are around usually $20. That's a huge surge. One of the ticket prices I saw for Brazil Morocco was $39,000, and the lowest is $1,400. My God, how can normal people afford that? That's fucking crazy. Holy shit, man. Rachel Atwood said, thank you, Rachel. You've sent like multiple. I really appreciate you. Replacing Seth with Beth is such an upgrade for MA6. Inshallah. Rochelle, thank you for the 5. Mike, if you would like to interview a historian, I recommend Tad Stormer. Okay. I mean, I'm not, nothing's on paper yet. It's just an idea swirling around. Again, I can't just like do an interview and be like, hey, talk about history. Like, I need a purpose, and I need to make it not boring. So I've got to let the idea in my head marinate. Got to cook a little bit. We got another one here. Member chat from Checkmate. This one, okay. Yeah, this one is for me. Okay. Hey, Mike, do you feel the DNC will actually move further to the left, or do you think they'll just continue to ignore leftists and their broader base? Yes, the latter. They're going to continue to ignore leftists and their broader base. The only way you can get real change from the DNC is if a progressive wins a Democratic primary and they take it over and clean house. That's the only way. And also, thank you for the membership for 15 months, Celeste. I think that is everything. Yeah, that's all. So do we, who do we want to read on
I have
Twitch?
one last one that just came in. Jacqueline Litch, 7050. Thank you so much for the 689. There's a new theory that microplastics and waste create hormonal changes that make people trans and gay. The Jean Green Party affiliated conspiracy. And that's also what RFK Jr. believes, by the way, in case anyone didn't know. That's his.
Oh, okay.
And for me, really quick, I want to thank, you read their super chats already, but Chemical Dragon and Kowalski, thank you so much for the super chats. And over on Twitch, Valis Nova cheered 500 bits and then cheered another 100 bits. You guys should do a gaming stream. I don't know what games you guys both play. And Ecoplex Media, subscribe with Prime. Thank you so much. We should do a gaming stream.
9 Souls right now. Have you played that game, Mike?
I started it. I didn't finish it though. I played it on Game Pass for like a couple of hours. I just tried it out. It seemed okay.
Yeah, it's cute. It's fun.
Okay. Good to know.
It's your kind of game. It's the Dark Souls or whatever. The ones where like you die once, you only have one shot to get your revenge, or you're fucked. Like that kind of difficulty. Yeah,
that's my cup of tea. Yeah, I play those so much. I'm playing the Mouse PI game right now. It's like the black and white Mickey Mouse based first person shooter. That one's really fun. I like that. I usually don't play shooters, but I'm enjoying it.
It looks really, really cool. I've actually wanted to play that game since I saw the early trailers.
Yeah, it's really pretty and it's funny. It has Troy Baker doing the voiceover for the main character. I like it, and it's it's a little $30 indie game. I think it's an indie game at least. Yeah, it's
indie-ish, small studio.
Yeah,
big distributor.
Yeah, I like it. I would highly recommend it. I did not expect to enjoy this game as much as I did. I thought it would be good, but it's really, really fucking good. They really put a lot of work into this. It wasn't just like, oh, the art style. It was like, no, there's actually some depth to the gameplay.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, for people who like Cuphead, it looks like Cuphead, but black and white and an FPS, essentially.
Yes, exactly.
Who should we raid?
Who do you think we should? You always have
I don't think we've ever raided Amy. She's a housing advocate.
Oh, Amy C3?
Amy C3? We've definitely raided her.
Oh, okay.
We could raid her right now too.
Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I like Amy.
All right, sweet. That makes it easy. I see all you guys next week.
Yeah.
Love you. Take it easy. Send my love to the family. Binder. Very, very sorry.
Will do. Thank you. Same for you guys. Say hello. And I'll see you all next week.
You all take care.
Oh, wait, I forgot to press the start raid button. 1 second. Hold on. It's coming. It's going. 3, 2. All right, I'm pressing it now. Bye, everyone.
All right. Good night, everybody.